Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Awaken Your Mind. Back at it again. We're on episode 2 now of our podcast, and today we're gonna be going over. Actually, today's episode is gonna be a lot to cover over, but I'm actually here with my co-host.
It's your boy Green, man. We back here with episode 2 of the podcast, and I'm joined here with our special guest.
I'm saying it's your boy Delo, man. How y'all doing today?
Yes, sir. So how
Yes,
we doing?
sir.
And we doing straight. First thing I want to say, it's a great day. Miami Heat took a dub, another dub. I know both of y'all niggas love hating. Both of y'all niggas love hating on the Heat. But I do want to say, we took a dub against the Celtics game 1. And we're going to beat the Celtics, then beat the Lakers in game 6.
We're sleeping.
Yeah.
Trust me, we're sleeping.
I haven't.
We're definitely sleeping.
That's crazy. Now, the amount of... Dude, it's either you hate the Heat or you're on the bandwagon and you love the Heat. I don't see no in between.
Nigga, I've seen so many people on Twitter that I've never seen anything like about the Heat, and they all of a sudden just love the Heat. Like, they want the Heat to sweep the Celtics just because the simple fact that the Celtics knocked out the Raptors. You feel me? Like, a lot of Raptors fans are like mad as hell for some reason, and they just like hate the Celtics, so they're going for the Heat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's exactly.
it's
You either
kinda
like the
whatever,
Heat
though.
or you hate the Heat. There's no in between, which is some bullshit.
I mean, the Heat are just not that good in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're in the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever. You can call us trash. We're in the Eastern Conference
Why
Finals.
not
I mean,
making
but
the
hey,
finals?
y'all beating Braun though.
When we
Like,
get that far,
think about it
in
like
6,
this.
mark my words.
Think about it like this. The Heat are setting themselves up for failure when they can just fall with grace. They can lose to the Celtics and not have to go through the embarrassment of having everyone bandwagon them to the finals, and then Braun dragging his nuts across their face,
Holy shit.
sweeping them, bro. Like, they just don't understand. Heat fans just don't understand that they have no chance in beating the Lakers. Like, simple.
Hey, on the bright side, though, I mean, look. At least going to your team. For one, your team just going to the finals is an accomplishment itself. So, yeah, your team might lose. And what you're saying, we're going to get our nuts dragged by LeBron, which is complete bullshit. We're literally going to have him on locks. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? We had Giannis on locks. But anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Who's
Let's just
locking
say,
LeBron?
let's just say hypothetically that happens, right? Hypothetically. And then we made it there. We made it. No other team can say they made it to the finals but us and the Lakers. And that's what I like. And that's what I want. And that's what's going to happen. Except we're going to
Bruh.
beat the Lakers. I just had to point
But
that
you
out.
know what other teams are doing right now after already being knocked out?
What?
They're sitting. Well, I don't know where the hell they are, but they're living good. They're on the game. They're enjoying their time off. And then the Heat are like working their asses off just to get their asses kicked.
Exactly.
Like, that's
Okay.
gonna be bro.
Okay.
That's gotta suck so bad to know that no matter how much work you put in, they're still not gonna win.
Alright, so I like that. So look, let's say this. You said, alright, let's just say hypothetically all the other teams, they're not playing, they're not practicing right now, because you know, Corona and all that too. They're all just living their lives with their best families, right? While they're doing that, you know what the Heat is doing? We're playing NBA games with higher comp because there's only four teams left, so we're playing the best of the best right now. We're making our team better for next season. So yeah, all the other teams they can, you know what I'm saying, have a good time. That's fine. You know what we're doing? Grinding, making our team better.
But
Hey,
you know what
I'll take
also
that.
you're not doing? I mean, it's not like other teams are also just like, chilling completely. Like, of course, they're still working, my nigga. Like, they never, like, as a professional athlete, you never really have a complete off day. Like,
Yeah.
any professional athlete will tell you that. You're going to be working sometime throughout that day just to perfect your game. So, like, none of them are really just sitting on their ass right now. Like, they might want to, but, like, that's just not an option because failure isn't an option.
Hey, we
Unless
did
you're
talk
the
about
Heat,
that episode 1.
Unless you're the Heat, failure is a huge option.
For real. Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I like these opinions, but I just thought that I just thought for the beginning of the episode, I just want to point out that the Heat just won game 1.
Oh
And
my
you know,
God.
I just feel that we're gonna and win the finals. But with that being said, I think we should go ahead and start off and kick off the podcast. Y'all
Get
cool
into
with
the
that,
first
right?
topic.
Get into the first thing,
Yeah.
right?
Well, let's get
And
it.
a Delo, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And now the
Let's go.
first thing, you know, brought it to the attention, you know what I'm saying? Simping. Now, word on the street, you are a big simp. I think that's a
I've
bit of a
heard the
problem.
same. Yeah, I've heard the same.
You've heard the same saying word on the street, my nigga. You're a simp. So let me ask you, what
Mhm.
what do you think for yourself makes somebody a simp? Because everybody got different definitions, different ways of feeling what a simp is,
Yeah, in fact,
and
like, what do you think a simp is, like, just off the top of your head, Della, if you don't mind me asking?
Mm, if I'm being honest, I think it's someone who's putting in so much work in a relationship with someone who's not giving them the same energy or something like that. So yeah, it's
All
simply
right,
it.
so now, like, depicting your own definition, would you describe yourself as a quote unquote simp?
I won't describe myself as a simp now, but back then I was a pretty big simp. I'm not gonna lie about that.
How far was back then? How far was back then?
Back
like
then,
2 months
about
ago, 1 month ago.
yeah, about 2 months
I don't
ago.
care.
All right, so let's just keep going on this topic of simping. So you feel like in a relationship, a man that's simping is just like typically putting in a lot more effort to please his female companion when she's just like genuinely not as much invested in the relationship as he is. Like
Exactly.
Hey, that
that's
is true.
See,
toxic,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
That's
that is
toxic.
toxic
Like
as
that's
fuck.
hell.
Now,
That's
it
toxic
you
as
is.
know what the thing is
hell.
though? Some people, I know me obviously. I don't really like that. Some people actually genuinely like a female with like that's that type of toxic, which is that's weird to me. I mean, obviously everyone has their
Nah.
preference, but
Yeah.
no, some people actually like a bit of toxicity. Or I'm not gonna say that because a bit of toxicity isn't bad, but I mean the toxicity to where you're chasing after the girl the whole entire relationship, and you're not really getting nothing in return. I just don't see the point of that. Like
Like my
that just
nigga,
makes no
I
sense.
ain't no Olympic runner.
So
I
saying
ain't
I
no
will not
fucking
chase no
Jesse
bitch, bro.
Owens. Like I ain't Usain Bolt, my nigga. I'm not finna chase you. If you're not putting in effort, like in like the same amount or more effort as me in a relationship, my nigga, I'm gonna get the hell out of the relationship. It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
Like
And
I don't
yeah,
understand.
yeah. I think when you're young and like you're in a relationship like that, you just don't know how to like take yourself out of that. Although you know like it's not a healthy relationship, you're just stuck in it and you just don't know how to get out. Like
Damn, that
most
is
That
people
is,
when they're
true.
yeah,
young,
that's true. That's very true.
That's actually
yeah,
facts. Nah, I feel like it's not even just about that. It's like some, it's not. Some girls are, bro. They're Hall of Fame fishers. Like they know how to reel you in and keep you on their hip. So like, shit, if
yeah,
they're ever
That's true
feeling
too.
bored or
They'll
anything,
hit
not
you up.
getting not
They'll hit
exactly
you up,
not
bro.
getting no attention. Let's say you're not talking to them for weeks, like you haven't talked to them for a couple weeks, right? And clearly they're living their best life without talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But then let's say one night they just call you out the blue. Hey, I miss you. That right there, my friends, is what we call
mhm,
toxicity. Because the fact that you're not even a first option, if they're not even trying to call you all the time, which I'm not saying, I'm not forcing them to, you don't have to talk to them every day. But I mean, it should be a regular thing if y'all are both working towards something, working towards the
It
goal
just
of a
yeah.
relationship. So it
You
shouldn't be
shouldn't.
one-sided at all.
Yeah, you shouldn't be an option at all either. That like I don't
Exactly.
even know why that's a mindset for girls at all. Like if you're putting me in a list with other guys and you're talking to several guys at a time and you're trying to see, who's best for you, my nigga, take me out the list like right now. Like I'm
mhm.
That's
nobody's
facts.
option, my nigga. You gotta have respect for yourself and you have to really open your eyes in these situations because a lot of guys out here they're just like so stuck. They like just like you said about how the girls will just literally like have you reeled in. Like they'll have you thinking something completely different than the situation like actually is. And a lot
Yeah,
of people just can't see that for themselves and you just have to get out of that. That's just toxic.
yeah. And I know you said it like last episode. You said you gotta know your self worth, and that's like that is one of the most important things because you can't be in a relationship where you don't understand how like how special or not even just
How
special how
valuable.
much you are worth. You
Yeah.
can't just take all that bullshit and stuff like that. You gotta understand.
Now for real, and
Like,
I know I feel like that right there though is what gives a lot of people, and I'm not gonna lie, for whatever reason, I guess you can say as a man or just as males, we get over it a lot easier. We're like, okay, whatever, fuck that girl, you know what I'm saying? Move on to the next. But for when it's the other way around and it's a guy that has a girl stuck around her finger or around his fingers, right? And then they realize their self-worth and they get out of that. That is what leads girls to trust issues right there. And then after that, you one guy has ruined a chance for a girl that you may want, and because of his action, now she's not trusting you, and that just spirals
Yeah.
it into something
Mm.
completely different. But
Bro,
that's not your fault at all.
it definitely goes both ways. It's like you break a girl's heart, so if she has trust issues, she can never trust a guy again. The next guy she gets in a relationship with, she breaks his heart because she had trust issues from a guy breaking her heart, and then he has trust issues and ends up breaking another girl's heart because he just
Mm.
can't trust her. It's just like a cycle, and it would
Yeah.
never happen in the first place if, for one, like if you're really looking to get into a relationship with a girl and like y'all both have to be on the same page, like both of y'all have to be like committed, like y'all have to be like have very good communication with each other, because if one of y'all doesn't want to be in the relationship, it has to be verbally communicated. You can't
Mm.
Mm.
like keep someone in a relationship like knowing that they want to be in it and you don't, because like in the end of it, when you finally end up telling them, they're gonna have like trust issues in the first place because you're just keeping shit from them. And it just gets worse because I feel like they're gonna end up becoming emotionally attached to you, and you're gonna like not feel the same way, and you're gonna end up just like breaking their heart over some dumb shit that you could have been told them.
That's true.
Mm.
I feel like the best way to break that a little trust circle, which is what we were just talking about before. And this might sound a little crazy, but I feel like simping is actually how you get yourself out of that. In the sense of shit, I'm gonna use myself as an example. Delo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a
Mhm.
new girl I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying, right? She got trust issues, blah 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 blah. I feel like it's every girl nowadays, right? So instead, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying, I decided to be a gentleman, which is something that, for
Hmm.
one, a lot of people forget. A lot of people get gentleman and simp confused a lot. That's something that needs to be cleared up. But, I
Hmm.
decided to be a gentleman. I guess you can call it simp action. You know what I'm saying? I remember she told me she was on her period, something like that, right? I had to stop by, get some chocolates, pull up to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Be the gentleman you up in the chat, bro. Gentleman you up in the chat. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I had to do that, and I feel like just little action like that, little actions of kindness, is what'll make a girl realize, wow, this man is serious about it, and like that like just one little action like that could literally change how you guys portray our relationship for
Yeah, bro.
however long until it ends, because now at least she knows you're serious and she doesn't have to have the doubts of trust in you, because obviously whoever was in her past did her
I
dirty
mean,
and
yeah,
didn't
because like
treat her the
trust
same
is
way.
definitely built, bro. Like, and it goes both ways again. Like, you have to like, especially with someone who has been in that situation and has trust issues, you can't expect to get in a relationship with that person and them just automatically off the rip trust you with everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you just kind of have to build that. Like, you can't like, you have to just be honest. Like, you just have to take those little steps towards that, and eventually, like, you'll gain their trust.
I mean, nah,
Yeah.
trust is like respect. It's like gaining respect in the streets. You gotta gain that shit. It's not just giving out.
Yeah,
And
it's not just
but
given
but
to
once
you.
you but once you have that, matter of fact, oh, hold on, another thing. Once again, Twitter. I was on Twitter earlier today, right? This right here literally bamboozled me. Had my head thinking for a good 20 minutes, right? Like I had to hop in the shower and just not even shower, just stare at the ceiling while I was in there, letting the water smack my body and just think.
Wait,
And
hold up.
this
Were you faced towards the shower or like towards the wall and it was hitting your back?
hitting my back. Yo, if you let it hit your stomach, you're really that means
Yeah,
you're
you're
really
actually real.
depressed,
I
bro.
wondered, like,
No, 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 no. For
some people
one,
have
I
actually
can't
said
do that.
that.
I can't do that because for one, I like my water super hot. Like, well, here, let me say
Yeah,
this. No, no.
bro,
I
it
started
gets
taking
diff.
cold showers, But like if I'm just trying to relax, I'll take a hot shower. I like it to burn my
Yeah.
skin. So if I turn that way and that hot
Bro,
water just
but
smacking
why
my
is that
cock, oh
so
my god.
different, bro? Why is
Wow,
it
I hate
so
that.
different that water on your back feels like you can take it? It's like your back was built to
Uh-huh.
withstand like hot temperatures
Don't
or
say
something.
that. That's
But as
like,
soon as you turn
Mm.
around, bro, it's over. Game, like I'm backing up, like getting the hell out the shower, like I
yeah.
don't know.
But anyway, to go on with what I was saying, right? So you know what I'm saying? Like this really had me thinking. And somebody tweeted something, and they said, "Love is a genjutsu." And if you really just let that really soak in, right? Green, we talked about this like just barely a little. We literally scratched the surface before the podcast. Um, love, right? Let's say you love someone, right? When you can say you love someone, that means, well, for one, I can't even say it myself because I don't think I've been in love myself. But from what I know of, you know what I'm saying, it'll be like you you'll take a bullet for them. I'll just put it like that, right? So with love being a genjutsu, if someone has you under that genjutsu, they literally, I'm not gonna say they own you, but
They control you.
that's what
They
I'm saying.
simply
That's
just
control.
control
That's
you.
controlling. They have you under Itachi Tsukuyomi. You know what I'm saying? And they could with that they can make you live in a loop of either prosperity and happiness. You know what I'm saying? So for the rest of your lives, y'all might live happy and everything can be great, or they might put you in a genjutsu like Itachi did with Kabuto and have you never ending in a loop of something horror. You know what I'm saying? Which will be a bad relationship, which will obviously lead to y'all
Like
breaking up,
something
all
very
that.
painful.
Exactly. I don't know. Would you use abuse as an example? Or if you're in love with her and she might be abusing you. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's mentally or verbally, she has you in that genjutsu, so she can do that now, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're in that Tsukuyomi genjutsu. I just thought that was
You just
something
have
that's
to get
like,
out.
that's what I'm saying. That was something really relatable. Especially like just saying love is a genjutsu. That is some real shit right there. It really is. It really is.
I don't know. I feel
Uh,
like there's a lot. Like I don't want to break topic too far, but since we're talking about like just like love, females, and everything. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff that can put you like in a genjutsu per se.
That is true.
Like,
I,
like
nah,
first of
I
all,
think it's just
wealth.
anything that makes you happy. Anything that makes
Yeah,
you
yeah,
somewhat
yeah.
happy can put you in a
Because
genjutsu.
like I feel like you can low key go blind with emotion, and I feel like if you like we kind of touched the surface like in our other like private conversation with like unknown and shit. Like where you can't think 100% with emotion because it'll lead you to make bad decisions.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it's actually like possible to just like 100% just go blind with emotion. You're letting your emotions control you, and it's just like how you said about love, and she can control you like whether she's like it's good or bad. Like you're just kind of blind because you have this emotion of love in your heart, and you like really have feelings for her, but like at the same time like she's like treating you bad or she's like abusing you and you just can't really see that because you're like blind in
Blinded by the
love like
genjutsu, exactly.
bro.
Blind in love. That's literally the exact statement. Blind in love, which is it's just crazy to think that something like that can literally change just how you think and how you are. You change your actions as a person. That's like actually crazy.
Hey. Yeah, well
uh,
we like we've been talking a lot, bro. Delo, did you have anything you want to like add into that? I mean, you are the guest and
yeah.
everything, my nigga.
I just wanted to say, like, a female could really either motivate you to be better in life or destroy your life. Like, that's some
Damn,
real shit. Like,
that actually is some real shit.
gotta be careful though. You gotta pick the right ones. You know.
That is true.
Yeah,
At the
and
same
like
time though, you can also self love. But this is the thing,
Mm.
right? You can only self love for so long. I after after a while it's gonna get repetitive, which is why
yeah.
you don't ever hear anyone say, "Oh, I want to die alone." When have you ever heard someone say that? Like honestly,
That's got to be probably the worst idea. Like, if I
yeah.
think about that,
To be honest,
like dying alone seems horrible.
it is,
Exactly.
which is why like which is why I'm saying self love. Yeah, it's that's a temporary thing. But to end it off, you obviously don't want to be alone. Like we were saying earlier, in episode 1 of the episode 1 podcast. Make sure I go ahead and check that out. That'll be in the description. like we were saying, it's crazy how with friends and all that, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you can do anything you want by yourself, but the more numbers you have, the better, the greater, the easier it is. Same with this love shit. Yeah, you can do it all by yourself. And I'm not even just talking about beating your meat, you freaking hornballs. But I'm just saying, you don't want to finish the race by yourself, and that's part of the reason why no one says you don't want to die. You want to die alone with freaking cats and all that shit. Nah, you want to die with someone, which is kind of sad that we are talking about dying, but I mean that is just a harsh reality, something that we
I mean,
do
like at the
have to
end of the
realize.
day, like the emotion of love, like involves, stuff like a relationship. So you're dating, and then it goes all the way to marriage, my nigga. And marriage is like a testimony to like live your life until death with the person that you are in love with. And so, like, yeah, like that emotion is gonna carry on, and you're gonna die with who surrounded by the people you love. That's probably like, I don't know, to me that's got to be like the best way to die. It's just surrounded by family, your
Mm,
wife, your kids, like
yeah,
I don't know, it just seems like a good way to go out.
Yeah.
that is. But also, you were saying shit, you were saying something about Damn, I just completely forgot what I was saying. Delo, I know you was about to say something, so you can go ahead. Damn, how did I forget?
Nah. But yeah, nah. Just yeah. Females have a lot of effect on especially
Yeah, and
you.
that's
You
like
always
coming
wanna.
from like a professional like simp, like as yourself.
Professional simp, no cap though. You're not wrong in that one.
Nah, but for real though, like you always want to have a strong woman behind you.
That is true.
That's very true. That
Yeah.
is actually
But now,
very
hey,
true.
another
Like a
thing though.
lot.
Hey, another way though you can really get fucked over. Which I mean, it's great. It's great to have, you know, what I'm saying, like you said, a strong woman behind you. At the same time, you want to be careful with what you're doing, because shit.
Mm.
Imagine, perfect example. Let's say me or Green, you know what I'm saying, we're on this YouTube grind, obviously. Let's say we slip up. You know what I'm saying? We're fucking with a girl, and bro, the bitch gets pregnant, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's literally, I'm not gonna say that's not gonna define your career. Like, that's not gonna be like, oh, that's the end of your channel. But that is a
Yeah,
huge obstacle you're gonna have to go over. Especially just because we're
it
so
puts a
young.
lot of stress on
But just
yourself.
in general, just having a child and doing YouTube in general is a lot of stress in
Mm.
general. Like, I'm just saying, like,
Bro,
just to the point,
having a
that's a lot.
child
That's
is
what I'm saying.
stressful.
That's a lot. So it's just the fact that you having a girl, you carry that power of, I'm not gonna say potentially having one of your biggest burdens in life, because it also is a blessing too.
Of course, yeah, of
But
Mm.
course.
at the same time, you have the power to literally change your life in a whole 180-degree angle, and that's really on you. I'm not gonna say whether you strap up or not, because accidents still happen, but that decision is really just on you. How
Mm.
how safe you decide to be. I'll just put it like that. How cautious you are with that, because that one slip up, man, can change your life completely,
Yeah.
completely.
My
Now even
nigga, and
talking.
girls nowadays,
Yeah.
bro. Oh, my bad, dude. You want to go?
Yeah. Nah, I was just gonna say like talking about children. Like, what age do y'all think y'all be ready to have like a baby or something like that?
Damn, that
Uh,
good.
I don't want to put an age on it because for the simple fact, I don't want to have a kid
Mm.
until I know I can support it.
That's true.
That's the
That's
right
actually good.
answer.
Now, well, for me,
Uh,
I'll say this. Shit, 17 right now. I know by the
I thought you were
time.
about to say 17, bro. I was about to say,
Nah, nah,
yo.
nah, bro, nah. Look, I'm 17 right now. No, with how hard I'm about to be grinding this YouTube shit, I say by the time I'm 20, bro, I'm literally gonna be, I'm gonna see at least 6 digits in my bank account, right? So I know financially I'm gonna have that shit straight. This YouTube shit I'm grinding, it's gonna have my back.
But
But
bro,
but
20
if it's a
is a
number,
young
yeah, yeah,
age
no, no, yeah,
too.
no, no, that's not,
For
that's not,
real.
that's not the age I was about to say. So I would say something like 25, 26, 27, because for me, I'm not gonna lie, I would like to have my child young. That way, like, as
Yeah,
they're
I was
growing
gonna
up, you know what I'm saying?
say
That's something that I would
26
like.
through 28, to
But
be
then at the
honest.
same time, I'm not gonna lie, flight, having a child really opened up my eyes, because, actually, let me look this up real quick. If I'm not mistaken, flight is, I think, 25. right?
Yeah,
Let me
that's
look it
true,
up.
but he's successful.
Oh,
He's prepared for something like
no,
that.
no, no, no. He is
You know?
prepared. But what the fuck? I'm not saying his age. Hold on. Yo,
But you
how the
also
fuck
gotta
do I
think
look up
like
his age and it's not?
Flight really took off this year. He really did. He's
For
been
real.
a bigger YouTuber, but he really took
25.
off
He
in
is 25.
2020.
Okay, no, 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 no,
So
no. He is 25. Yeah, my bad.
like the biggest years of him being the most successful on this platform is also like he's gonna like have to take care of a child too.
No,
And I
no.
feel like that's gonna slow him
No,
down.
that's what I
Like
was saying. That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like now is probably the worst timing of his career to end up having a child because right now is we can say the peak of his channel. 2020 is his year. He owns this, right? And the fact that he's not having a child, he's gonna have to. I'm not saying he's gonna change who he is as a person, but that's gonna change a lot of the stuff that he does, and he's not gonna be able to be the same, do the exact same stuff, be the exact same person because he now has a child that's gonna be looking up to him, and having it now in the middle of his run of him being one of the best YouTubers on the platform right now, I feel like now was just not the right timing, and that's what that made me realize: is 25 even a good age? Shit, you might as well go a little older because
No, I'll
perfect
say
Cash
28.
Nasty. I think Cash Nasty is either 29 or 30, right? Doesn't have a child,
Mm.
and I mean he's doing. Obviously, he's not doing like obviously as good as Flight. No one's on Flight's level, but he's up there with him. Keep in mind he's 29, 30 years old. Doesn't have a child either. So I feel like if you really wait though, your success, the longevity for your channel is gonna be continuous, and that's not having a child. But don't get me wrong, it's not like Fight's channel is gonna die. It's still gonna be great, but I just feel like that's gonna throw a real wrench in his channel and just how it grows and how he is as an
but
individual.
it could also be the next big thing for his channel if you really
Yeah,
want
for
to think
real.
about it.
I didn't think about
Like
that.
like Fredo, bro. When Fredo had Ava, think about it. It opened up the Two Toms Family channel. It opened up Jazz and Ava for Jasmine specifically. Like he could have, and if they were still together, obviously they would be profiting off of these channels. But it was also bringing like new viewers to their like main channels, but also to their like secondary channels for like family shit.
That's true. That's true. I mean, yeah, you're right with that, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We really shouldn't really get into Fredo, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Fredo having Ava also too. I did like some self-reflecting, bro. Before Ava, that's when that boy was lit, bro.
Yeah.
And once he had Ava, I feel like that's when everything started going down, pranking the videos and all that, or
Yeah,
fake pranking videos and all that. I don't even think it
I
was
feel
really
like,
just about him leaving the 2K community. It was about him having a child. That's what really
and
changed it.
it just kind of
Alright.
changed
It's
him as a person.
It has.
I mean, but
alright.
let's not get too deep into Fredo because that's a
Yeah.
different
No, yeah, it
podcast.
hasn't. But I got some. What name a YouTuber has that had a child, right? Which honestly, no, this is more of a rhetorical question. I'm sure y'all don't know the answer, but who is a YouTuber that had a child and it was still like right after having a child making the exact same videos, exact same schedule, like it's as if they never had a child. I don't think that's possible, honestly. Like once you have a child, you're not gonna be the same,
Bro, your
channel wise,
life
everything.
changes.
That's
Like
what I'm
it's
saying.
just like natural, because you have to think like going from even like all right. So if you're in a relationship, the the thing you're worried about is making enough money to support you and your girl. Like right now, all the shit that you're doing for you and your girl all focuses on your child. Like, forget about you literally will forget about everything else and just
Mm.
focus on your child because like that's the most important thing in your life right now. And I feel
Mm.
like a lot of people just kind of like they kind of lose sight of like the whole YouTube shit, especially for the first few months because like it's kind of new, like, and they wanna be in their baby's life as much as they can, and I mean that's good, of course. Like you need to be a good parent to your child, but like at the same time, like if you don't also make enough time for your YouTube and for your subs, then your subs will start leaving. People will stop paying attention to your channel as much, and then you won't be able to financially support your child.
That's
So I feel
true.
like
That's true.
it's kind of a
It's a blessing and
50-50
a
to me.
curse.
Like,
It's a blessing and a
yeah,
curse.
like
Nah.
you have to really know how to split your time well enough to like still have time for YouTube and still have time for your child. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, the only channel that ever did that was the Ace family. I'm
Uh,
pretty sure like the child actually helped them a little bit,
yeah.
honestly. But
I
yeah,
mean,
But
CJ's so cool.
well, yeah, nah, nah.
Like,
But CJ's like been like based his channel around that like from damn near the beginning. So like yeah, he's been doing family shit for years. So I think that's just part of the reason. I mean, actually, the majority of his YouTube career has been family shit. So that's just what he's known for. But
yeah,
shit, having to balance that, having to balance a kid in YouTube is hard. And I mean, having to balance YouTube itself is hard enough, especially when you're bigger because you don't want to. You want to make sure you're putting out bangers. You don't want to make sure you don't want your videos to be,
hmm
complete bullshit. So that
I don't even.
really throws a wrench in your plans right there. Just having a kid in general.
I mean, it really does. To be honest, like it's just like you said. It's a blessing and a curse. It could be. It could be one. It could be the other. It could be both. Like, of course, like you have a fucking child, my nigga. Like from now on, that is your priority, and that will be a huge blessing in your life. But going based off YouTube, that could be one of the biggest curses in your life because it not only throws like it throws you for a loop, my nigga. Like you have no idea. Like, do you want to show your baby on camera? Do you want to use that as content? Like,
Oh, that's true.
exactly.
Now I feel like Flight did an amazing job though of keeping
oh hell
all
yeah!
of his
Nobody in the world knew
so
that nigga Flight
yeah,
ever had a chance of
that's what
getting
I'm
a girl
saying.
pregnant.
No one knew that he kept all of his business and all that shit, everything with the girl, all that off social media. I think that was a smart thing, and a lot of YouTubers are gonna start using that. I know for me, for myself, feel like I'm gonna start using that because that is just so smart right there. Yo, Flight, let me clap it up for you. That was actually some
Right.
strategic thinking right there, just keeping that off social media until it needs to be brought,
Yeah.
which was having a child.
Yeah, nah, as a YouTuber, you definitely gotta know the things that you want your fans to know, and then
Mhm.
at the time that you want them to know. You just can't let them know everything, 'cause, you
I
know.
mean that
Nah,
is
You
for
true, and
sure.
just,
a lot of
yeah,
I feel like
Pretty
a
true.
lot of people don't understand that like being subscribed to a channel, you're not gonna know everything that goes on in that person's like private life. Like of course like they might put a lot out there on the internet, but there's just some stuff that they can't. Like for their own safety, for their child, for their wife or whoever, like their family safety, they just can't like put everything that goes on like off camera. They can't put that shit out there.
No, that's true. That's true, and
And I mean we
that's part of the bond though that you build with your subscribers. I feel like once you build that certain connection, that certain bond, they want more. They want more of who you are, and they're gonna keep feeding it to that. But like at the same time, you just gotta remember, as you being the YouTuber, you being the one in control. Nah, I'm gonna pick what I tell y'all, and y'all aren't gonna dictate that. And Flight is the perfect example of that because he waited until it was absolute necessary to bring out to the world, that he had a girl. So that was just perfect timing.
I mean, you kind of saw what like bringing light to like the problems in a relationship did to like my nigga Fredo and Jasmine. Like
Yeah.
all that shit that they were keeping off camera, that or they quote unquote were keeping off camera. Because I don't even think we know the full story yet. Like to be honest.
Yeah.
But apparently, so like just to break it down, like for a summary for the people that are like listening into this. Apparently, like Fredo said that he didn't want to be with Jasmine. But he let her
Nah,
and
nah, nah, nah,
Angel
nah,
stay
nah,
in his house.
nah. I got it. I got this. Okay. You ready now? I
Uh,
got it. You already
you do.
know me being the Pretty Boy Fredo fanboy. I'm gonna be real. Actually, I got my shit. I feel like I should be wearing my SSH hoodie. Also, y'all, I just want y'all to know I did cop, what I'm saying, some SSH merch. But anyway, that's beside the point. So what happened was Fredo and Jasmine. Jasmine was like, she how do I say it? All right, so she's wanted a break of the YouTube, right? YouTube was just overwhelming her, always being on cameras and shit. She didn't really like that.
But
So,
before we get too deep into this, I just kind of have to put something out there that I don't think anybody's ever thought about before. So there's a thing called postpartum depression, and it's like right after you have a baby for the first like few weeks, few months or whatever, like a woman can go through severe depression, like after just giving birth. And I don't think anybody really, I don't even think Jasmine really thought about that herself. That she could have like literally been going through that, because I know like you're gonna talk about in the video like she said that she just like didn't want to be on camera, like she didn't feel like up to YouTube or anything like that.
hmm
Like, and I don't know, I feel like that should have been addressed, but I feel like they didn't really do like a good
yeah,
job
they
of
probably,
ever really addressing that. They
yeah,
never really thought about it, to be honest.
I never thought of that either. But so shit, what happened was, yeah, so she didn't really want to be on it no more, and so Fredo's like, shit, well, I still gotta do this YouTube shit. This is getting the bills paid, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop because you don't want to do it, so I'm gonna continue doing it, right? So he could start doing YouTube and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? He's continuing doing it, and they're starting to grow farther apart. And then it was just to a point where he was like, all right, well, are you gonna do this shit with me or no? And she was like, no. So that's when they take a break. And when they start when they take this break, keep on taking a break, so they're not together no more. And Fredo ends up, you know what I'm saying, having sex with another girl while they're not together, but you know what I'm saying, he ends up having sex with another girl. And so that's what it really was. And she was just hurt after that, because it's like, damn, you cheated on me. Which, I mean, let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that's cheating if y'all taking a break and you do some shit like that? I'm gonna be
Bro,
real. Generally, for me, I would say that's not. But in the
I just
in
gotta,
the position that Fredo was in, just that specific, what's it called? Yeah, you were somewhere in the wrong. You just had a child, and like that's clearly right. You want that to be your girl for the rest of your life.
I
Uh,
mean, I just gotta put it to you like this, bro. Like, in Fredo's situation, Fredo has enough money to live the rest of his life without uploading another video, which is fucked up to think about, but he honestly does. Fredo isn't a dumbass nigga. He knows what to do with money. He knows. I know for a fact that he had enough money saved up to take a few, like, couple weeks off YouTube. So,
Mm.
where he went wrong is if that is your girl, bro, and you still love her and you know that you want to spend the rest of your life with her, my nigga, YouTube can wait. Like, tend to her. Like, she just had your baby. Like, she should be top priority right now. Like, instead of like asking her or feeling like she betrayed you for not wanting to do YouTube, my nigga, ask her why she doesn't want to do it. Like, he has to be there for her in this situation. And I feel like it was really fucked up, like the way he went about it and the way he tried to say that she betrayed him by not wanting to do it. I don't know. Like, I don't really like fuck with Fredo anymore, so maybe I'm a little biased in this. But like in that situation,
Mm.
like I would have to drop everything and like tend to the mother of my child before I ever thought about YouTube, my nigga. Like that would have never been in my head in the first place.
shit, I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
but at the same time, think of it like this, though, Green. Yo, this is something that you've been doing since you were fucking. Now think about it at the age right now. We've been doing this shit. Which I've been doing it even before, but we've been doing this shit since we were in high school. You know what I'm saying? And so this has always been our dream. Our dream, our priority has always been YouTube. It hasn't our goal in life was never to, okay, get big on YouTube, find a girlfriend, have a child, live happy. No, our goal was YouTube. Whoever's gonna help me or hurt me, I'm either gonna keep them close to me or kick them away from me, and I'm gonna be successful on this YouTube. So I mean, I feel like with that being his goal, he's going to, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna go fulfill that. And like Alex Caruso, I don't know if you know, um, obviously like he was undrafted, but you know what I'm saying, he ended up getting a small contract for the Lakers and stuff, right? So with that small contract that he got, he ended up missing his own sister's wedding just for that. But I mean, that's an opportunity that he's been training for his whole life. So it's like you have to be able to balance it out, if that makes sense. That's what I feel like.
But that was his one and only chance. Fredo has gotten a chance, took it, got himself successful off of it, and he's in the situation now where he could have took a break off. Not even a long break, maybe just 2 weeks. Like literally
I
two
could
weeks,
have,
which he
yeah.
goes like
Yeah,
multiple
yeah, yeah.
weeks
He does
sometimes
that
without
now.
uploading.
He does that now,
So
2 weeks.
like, yeah, I feel like he definitely could have just took a little time off at least, just to like really like talk to her about like what she's going through and shit.
That's
Yeah,
true.
no, now I'm thinking about it. Like, nah, babies and just having a baby as a YouTuber can actually mess up a lot of stuff. Because now I'm thinking about it, like Funny Mike and Jayla broke up for that same exact reason.
Mhm.
Like, Funny Mike wasn't really, doing too much for his children and stuff like that. And then she's like, yeah, I can't be doing this. You know, they're like, they can get in the way, but it's either you use what you got, or not even what you got, but you use what you've been given, your blessing, your baby, and add it to your channel, or you find a way to keep it away from your channel, but still, obviously show love and all that. So yeah,
Yeah, I
you just
mean,
gotta be careful.
it's really just gonna, it's like we said, it's a blessing and a curse. I know for me, if I had one, I don't think I'd, how do I say it? I'll say, no, hold on. How do I say what I'm trying to say? All I'm gonna say is, I'm sure I would definitely put it on social media and shit, but I wouldn't want it to be too much on there, because
Mm.
I am sure, the as dark as the internet is, I am sure people have made the most rudest and the most insulting, fucked up comments about his daughter or just anyone's child in general,
Mm.
anyone on YouTube. And if I had to see some shit like that, someone saying some wild shit about
I'll
my
kill a
child,
nigga.
bro, that's what I'm saying. It's not even gonna be worth it, bro. It's not even gonna be worth it. 'Cause, nah, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
Might as well just
I,
pull a flight and keep that shit low key.
yeah, no, I can see like that's probably most likely why Flight wasn't even trying to put that out.
Oh, for
Flight's
sure,
freaking
flight.
fans.
Oh,
His
his fans,
fans are
yeah, they
like,
would, dude. Oh my
yeah.
god. And actually, speaking of flight, I got another question. So let me first ask y'all, both of y'all, Delo and Green. Y'all watched that video, right? Of like the
Yeah.
whole entire video, right?
I
And
didn't watch it.
you didn't. Okay, that's straight. Well, I'll do a summary. This is a quick summarizer for you, right? Or what I'm about to talk about, summarizer for you, and for the people that haven't watched it. So pretty much in the video, he's just talking about him having a child, etc., right? Ooh, and there's a part where he talks about to ensure that the child was his, he did a DNA test, right? And like, I'm not gonna lie, I paused in that video and just thought to myself, if you had to do a DNA test on a girl that you got pregnant to figure out if the child is yours, that means that's not even really his girl, and that means she's out here fucking other niggas too. So I feel like that was just someone on the low that he was fucking with and ended up accidentally getting pregnant, which I feel like that makes it even worse, because if you're gonna have a child, at least prepare yourselves for it, and y'all can plan it, be like, all right, let's start working towards a child, and y'all can prepare towards that. With this, it's just a
Mm.
huge curveball, and it's just something that was never expected. Clearly, he's probably been fucking with her for a while, and she's been fucking with not only him, I mean other people. Just like I'm sure he's been fucking with other people besides her, and so they just happened to put two and two together and like, damn, I'm pretty sure you got me pregnant. DNA test, boom, boom, boom. You're the father. And I'm not gonna lie, for me, I feel like I'd be a little salty if I'm the one who became the father, and I got other niggas hitting you. Like, that's just, damn, bro. That's really a fuck up
Mm.
right there.
That is that's kind of a really bad situation, to be honest. Like, I don't know how I would really feel in that situation. Like, if I'm low key, like on the very lowest of low key, fucking with a girl, and we're just fucking every once a week type shit. But I know that other niggas like be in there too. First of all, I would never do that because that's some weird ass shit. If I'm
Mhm.
fucking a
Mm.
bitch, I'm gonna make sure I'm the only nigga in that. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
that shit's just weird. I couldn't like see a bitch like the next day after some like other random ass dude just had his dick up in her.
Yeah.
That
That's
shit's
true.
just weird to me.
Mm.
So I would never do that. But if Flight is doing that, think about like the fact that he had to get a DNA test to
That's what I'm
prove that
saying.
it was his baby. That should have been a red flag right away, nigga. He should have just sat there and been like, "What the hell am I doing?" Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No,
he,
no.
what?
that's
That's true.
go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. But then, like you were saying earlier, he's to the point where he's popping right now. Like 2020 is this nigga's year. He's going crazy. Something like this is not something you could take slightly. You know, you gotta take fuck, I can't speak. Anyway, you
Precaution.
gotta be safe, right? Yeah, you gotta be safe. You know, you can't just be like, oh, you know, it's okay. I trust her. Like, you know, I trust her shit. When it comes to something that could affect your future that much, you just gotta make sure. And I think that's what he was thinking. Like, you know, I just gotta make sure, even if I trust her.
No, that is true.
Yeah. Since
Yeah.
we're kind of on the topic, like, what's like, how do I word this? If a bitch tell you that you don't need a condom to fuck her, what are you doing?
All
Like,
right.
it's off for
Okay. So first thing first. It depends who the bit is.
I
no,
That
think
like
I should
some
answer this one.
like, all
you
right,
said what,
Delo,
Della?
yeah. Since you're the professional at
Oh,
sex,
I
like,
don't get no cheat.
I think, yeah, I think
Go
you
ahead.
should answer
All
this.
right. All right. Come on.
Yeah, nah.
Okay.
I
All right. So like I said, first, it really depends who she is. That's the first thing. So can you give me like,
All right, an example is like
is it just like
a girl,
a random
a
I don't know
girl,
or?
no, a girl that you've been friends with for probably like throughout high school, but
Mhm.
y'all have never ever like hung out like by yourself before type shit. Like, you've hung out with her like with her other friends or with your other
Mm.
friends and y'all are just chilling and talking, but now like she wants to like hang out with you by herself. Y'all are hanging out at her crib, like, and
And she
then
went to a
shit
raw.
like goes down, my nigga, and
Okay.
then she's like, you
Yeah.
reach for a condom and she's like, you don't need it type
Okay.
shit.
So I'll say,
nah.
damn, nah, I'm about to tell you right now, shit's about to start getting deep. Like shit's about to start hitting the fan. This is the climax. You know what I'm saying? Podcast about to start turning up. All right. So first thing first. If it came down to something like that, if I've known her all through high school, I'm pretty sure I would. You know, obviously I got a pretty at school I have a lot of friends obviously and shit. So I would know who
Cap, yeah.
who she's fucked whatever previously, but let's just say hypothetically she's fucked 3 people hypothetically, and I know them. I mean, shit. If I'm gonna be real, I would. I
This
would.
is a
No, yeah.
very simple question. The answer should be,
Nah.
first of all,
It should
one,
be
no,
no.
hell no,
I mean,
bitch.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Like,
look.
what are
All
you
I'm gonna say.
talking
All I'm
about?
gonna say is
Bruh.
dude. Look, for all I'm gonna say is this. Don't get me wrong. Like, dude, raw, going raw and going with a condom are 2 different things. And
My
I
nigga, the only
mean,
time I'm going in raw is if one, that's my wife, and we're trying to get her pregnant.
That's what I'm saying.
Two,
Like,
if she has her tubes tied so she can get pregnant. Or three,
oh
I'm
wait,
on the
wait, 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 wait.
like,
That's nothing. That's another thing about that. Is she on birth control or no? It's
nigga,
just
no,
straight. There's a
like,
chance. Like,
my nigga,
I got
there
you.
is
yeah,
a
nah.
Okay, okay.
huge chance
All
Yeah,
right.
that
No,
she
no.
can
Don't
get
say huge. Don't
pregnant.
say huge. All right. So I'm gonna say this. So like freshman year, I had me, you know, what I'm saying, a little pregnancy scare. I actually. This was the second time I actually ended up having sex. Like after I lost my virginity, I say like a month or 2 after, right?
Mm.
And so it was this girl I was fucking with, right? Yada yada yada. The dirty happens, but this time I was like,
The
you know what I'm saying?
dirty.
This time I was like, yeah, I want to try it raw. You know what I'm saying? Different experience. So I decided, and keep in mind that it's like freshman year. I don't really know. I know of like STDs getting pregnant, but I'm like, bro, the odds of that are so small, right? So, shit. Obviously, I do that. Yada yada yada. Whatever. We'll go like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, right? She hits me up. She's like, I missed my period, right? So I'm like, damn, nothing special. A week goes by. Oh, I still haven't had it, right? So I'm right now. I'm freaking out. I'm not gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm I'm not. I don't know what to do. I've never had this situation happen to me before. I wait a couple more days and she still says it, whatever, right? So I was like, bro, that's so like that's not normal. So I'm not gonna lie, I will never forget this. This is around Thanksgiving too. So shit, I remember, I remember this joint like it was yesterday, man. I went downstairs. Matter of fact, my dad was just chilling downstairs, watching TV right in our living room. I go down there, right? No, matter of fact, no, no, I forgot all about it. Let me tell y'all this, right? Story time, ding, ding, ding. All right. Keep in mind, at this time, I'm grounded. Also, I got in trouble. I think my grades were bad, so my mom had my phone in her room, right? So I remember this was before I knew that like with your notifications, like whenever you get a notification, you can make it like not actually say it, it'll just have a notification. So I didn't have that feature on. I didn't know that that was a feature. So I remember like I said, my phone's been taken away. So obviously the girl told her friends, and or she told her friends, and then I'm sure her friends told some of my guy friends. You know what I'm saying? Like we tried to keep this small, but obviously, you know what I'm saying, some people found out, right? So when some of my friends found out, they first started spamming my phone with FaceTime calls. I mean, like at least 20 of them joints. Keep in mind, my phone is not with me. It's in my mother's room. I don't have it, right? So then they're blowing up my phone. Yo, you're a dad, you're a dad, you're a dad. Oh, you got blah 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 pregnant, blah 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 pregnant, right? I don't have my phone. So my phone's going off, and it's in my mom's room. So she looks at it, right? She sees these text messages, so she goes in my room, and she hands me my phone. She's like, "Is there something you want to tell me?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I go, so she just hands me my phone, and then I'm like reading the text message. I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. It's probably a prank. Let me call my friends and ask them what they're talking about." Right? Keep in mind, as soon as I hear that, I'm sweating bullets, bro. I'm sweating, and this is like during the weekday too. So like every day during the weekday, like obviously when I come home and my mom's not home or something like that, I'll like snatch my phone, you know what I'm saying, and use it while I can. So I obviously know of this before, like you know what I'm saying, know that, you know, like Mr. Period a couple times, right? So she's telling her friends, oh my gosh, I think I'm pregnant. I think I'm pregnant. I missed my period, right? So I'm like, so when my phone's getting blown up, I call my FaceTime my friends. They're telling me everything that happened, you know what I'm saying, because I haven't had my phone. Blah blah blah. She thinks she's pregnant. Blah blah blah. Right. So now I'm like, holy fuck. I've never like, well, for one, the all-time stress level. I'm telling you right now, and the shit is not worth it. It's not worth it fucking a bitch raw to get a pregnancy. It's not worth it at all. So anyway, right, the tension, just how I'm feeling, I'm petrified. Not only that, I'm just the feeling in me is just like it's like my stomach dropping on a roller coaster. Like I'm just like, wow, my life is fucked. So I did the only thing that I felt that I could, and for me, luckily for me, I have a close ass family, and not everyone can say that. Obviously, like I'm close to my both my parents. Um, God bless for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I can talk to them about anything, especially my dad.
Yeah.
So shit, I went downstairs. My dad was laying down watching some TV, and I was like, yo, dad, I'm not gonna lie, we need to talk. Cause my dad went down the same path. Shit, I got 5 other siblings, and all I'm gonna say is my nigga was going crazy while he was young. I'm gonna just put it like
My
that.
nigga, you have 5 other siblings? I did
Yeah,
not know
and
that.
3 brothers and 2 sisters. And like he was going crazy when he was younger. So everything that like I'm about to say, he's been through or has happened to him, right? I talked to him. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, shit, I think I got a girl pregnant, right? So first, you know what I'm saying, he just asked me all these questions just to make sure. He's like, shit, you know what it's like to know all this. I don't know, just making sure. He like, shit, you be in your room beating your meat. You know what I'm saying? We laughed it off, ha ha ha. Nigga, nothing was fucking funny. I don't know why he tried to make me laugh, bro. That shit was not funny, bro. Like,
That's just like low key hella awkward too.
nah. With my dad,
Funny.
Delo, you know how my dad is. That shit is just,
No, yeah.
it was just cool, bro. It was cool to laugh about freaking wanking the Frank a little, but you know what I'm saying? That was cool for 2 seconds, but after that, my nigga, I'm still tense as fuck, man. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, yeah, obviously I know what nothing is, right? So, he asked me, did I nothing it, right? So, I was like, no, like, I didn't, because I didn't, though. I didn't do that at all, either. Probably should have said that at the beginning. I didn't, nothing or nothing, right? So, anyway, he's just telling me all about it. So, I'm like, he was telling me, you know, a big possibility pre-cum, and I didn't know that. You
Yeah,
can
I
get
was about to bring
that
that
is
up.
a
Yeah,
huge that's a huge thing now. Now don't get me wrong, that's
bro.
not that rarely happens, but that's a thing. And that also happened with one of my brothers too. That's how he got freaking here. So it's like, you know, he was telling me about that. When he told me that, I was like, damn, you know what? I think it happened. Like I think she is, because that would make sense. So anyway, like my parents ended up giving me my phone after that, because obviously I gotta keep in contact with her and shit, right? So my dad was just, he was like, she just keep in touch with her, and if worst comes to worst, in about a week, you can go ahead and talk to her. We'll get her parents or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, try to get her parents' number, and then try to take
Wait,
them.
white girl or black girl? I just gotta ask.
It's a white girl.
It's just no
It's
bunny,
white. Just say it.
bro.
Just say
Bro,
it.
Just
if it's
no
a
bunny.
white girl, her
Can't
parents
trust.
are finna come over, call you a nigga, say that you should go back to Africa.
Oh, speaking of which, no,
They're
speaking of that story,
Bro.
no, this is the same girl. One of the times that I did, you know what I'm saying, cracked out, right? Or actually, no, I'm saying one of the times, I only did it once. The time I did, so I'm walking her, like, keep in mind, like, she lives, like, no, for one, I live, like, nowhere near my school. So, we did this, crazy enough, at my AAU coach's house, because I used to go to his crib after school, and I had the key,
Oh
so...
my.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know, all the bitches I done dirty there, right? She was one of them, right? So, anyway, so, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck that has to do with it, what I was saying. But, oh, yeah, my bad, yeah. So, after, you know what I'm saying? Like, right after we got done, right? I ended up, her dad ended up calling her, was like, hey, where you at? And she was like, oh, I'm at a friend's house, blah, blah, blah. He starts perping, blah, blah. I don't know where he gets this from, but I kid y'all not, I gotta find the video. The dad says, if I find out you're fucking some nigger over there, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna
God
shoot his brains
damn.
out. I swear on everything, like, marking my words right there. That's literally what her dad said, right?
My nigga, I got a
So,
crazy story to tell after this, bro.
hey,
You gonna
bet.
have to finish this bitch.
So after that, I was like, I was just I was in awe. I was like, damn, this nigga's racist and shit too, right? But anyway, that's besides the story, right? Anyway, we're gonna get back into, you know what I'm saying, where I was at. So, you know what I'm saying, you can go ahead and tell your experience. So, I was, you know what I'm saying, kept in touch with her, told her what my dad said and all that shit. But she wasn't trying to tell her dad or nothing either. Obviously, she wasn't trying to tell her parents. Not Wright's parents are, you know, as open as mine are and shit. So, she wasn't trying to tell her parents at all. And honestly, I'm gonna just summarize it. She ended up taking a pregnancy test too. And I'm gonna be real, some of this shit isn't making sense. So, she ended up taking a pregnancy test. And, she was showing me pictures of it showing a positive, but then like I said, my dad said, you know, in a couple weeks, let her take this pregnancy test and then we'll see after that. So she took it. I showed him the pictures, and he was like, okay, we're gonna go to like an abortion joint, which is that is one of our topics that we were gonna talk about, green, so that's kind of tough. But he was saying that, and so shit, we went there. They did the little joint where they put the shit on their stomach to see, and they was like, nah, it came out negative there. She ended up didn't have one. So I don't know what the story is, what happened, how like freaking the pregnancy test came out, yeah, but the freaking when we went to the actual it was no. Who knows what happened, what could have happened. But all I'm saying is that right there was just a crazy part of my life, and like I don't wish that upon anyone. Like it's so nerve-wracking and scary, and I'm just thankful that I got like freaking parents that are just understanding it. Like,
Bro,
chill about it, I guess
let
you could say.
me tell you something real quick, bro. Alright, so
Hey, I
Snow
lied,
Bunny,
y'all.
my nigga.
Hold on. I lied, y'all. Don't fuck raw. Not worth it. Trust me, you don't want to get no pregnancy, sir. Just wrap
It's most
up, and
definitely-
you don't want to get no STDs either. That's
Bro.
another thing though. No. When I did do that though, since I did tell him that, like, you know, I like fucked around and all that shit. Fuck. I had a physical, cause I always get a physical around my birthday, which is around January. And like I said, this was around Thanksgiving too, so it was like 2 months later. You know what I'm saying? I got my physical and shit. So shit, I went to the doctor. They said, are you sexually active? Shit, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I felt like a man saying that, bro. Anyway, right? So I said, yeah, and then they ended up I told him that, you know what I'm saying, like to join raw like an idiot. So they ended up they sent me to some like medical core place just to like just do some pee test and blood tests to just check out on some STDs, like just to make sure I don't got nothing. So at least I know I'm clean. But shit, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Them like 2-3 weeks of like me waiting for the results. I don't know why, but just they were talking to me about STDs, and all of a sudden I just thought I had every single one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll never forget. For a whole week I was looking up the symptoms of HIV and AIDS. I thought I had that shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I thought I don't know. I thought I had every STD in the book. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, dude, every time I whipped up, I just looked at that and I was like, bro. But yeah, at least everything came out negative, obviously.
Yeah.
Alright, you can go ahead. You can go
Alright,
ahead.
so yeah, what I was gonna say is, so basically, I was at my nigga house, bro. One of my best friends, one of my homies, been my homie since like first grade, my nigga. We this girl had been fucking with us both on some shit. Like she had been sending like shit, fucking ass pics, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that in our fucking snaps and shit. Like at the same time too, the same pictures and everything. So like we somehow convinced her that we were gonna come pick her up from her house, right? Let me remind you, it's like literally 2:30 in the morning. We're both 15, by the way, but no permit either. So he takes his mom car. We sneak out of his mom's crib into like his mom's car, push it out onto the street, and then start it so it doesn't wake them up. We drive a good 30 minutes, my nigga, to this bitch house, bro. And this is just where it gets interesting. So I live out like kind of in the country, kind of not in the country. You feel me? But where her house was, it was in the country. There was like a field across from her house, and then it was her house, her neighbor's house, their neighbor's house, like blah blah blah. We pulled in like a little gravel driveway where the field was, my nigga, and by some bushes and shit, bro. Literally, we had this bitch like on the phone. We were like telling her to come to the car or whatever, and she was just playing dumb. She was like, I don't see y'all, I don't see y'all, blah blah blah. And then we were like, all right, we're gonna walk near your house, and then you're gonna sneak out the back window. My nigga, this is where this shit went to hell. Like, I put everything I'm about to say on God that this happened.
Even though you put everything on God, but we got you. We understand you're serious.
Alright,
We understand you're serious.
alright, alright, alright. So, literally, I'll go ahead and explain to you how it happened so you don't, like, get caught up, like, I don't have to explain it later. So, apparently, her mom exactly, found her sneaking out the back of her window. Me and my friend were walking down the street to her house, probably a good like 150 feet from like her house. We weren't in the yard. We weren't even in front of their house yet. But literally, they find out her dad take like some kind of revolver, my nigga, and walks out the front door. My nigga fires like 3 shots in the air. He sees us, fires like literally 2 shots at us. We're not even in this nigga's driveway in his yard in front of his house, nothing. But he just sees us walking in that general direction. This nigga, so my friend literally runs like he runs straight over to the field, hops in a bush, my nigga. Me being the nigga I am, I'm trying to get to the car. Cause this nigga's like coming after us type shit. I'm trying to get to the car so we can get off. Bro, I literally was running full speed. It is dark as hell. I could not see a thing. And I went to jump in the bush, but when I did, like literally, I ran into, I don't know if you know what barbed wire fence
Oh
is,
yeah.
but I ran into a
Oh,
barbed wire fence, bro. Face first, like literally just straight into a barbed wire fence, my nigga. But anyway, so he gets in his truck, turns the lights on. It's like one of those big ass trucks, and it has like hella lights for some reason. He like whips out of his
Redneck truck.
driveway, bro. Pulls over to like where he had parked his mom's car at, right? I'm like on the ground in fucking agony, my nigga, but he can't see me. This nigga's holding a gun on like literally holding a gun. He sees me and he tells me to come out with my hands up. So I do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to die tonight.
What a
I
bitch.
was I
Say
was
that,
just
say
trying to
that.
get some pussy, my nigga. He's got us blocked in, by the way. Like even if we could get in the car, we couldn't back out because he parked his truck behind us. So there's nothing we could do. My friend is still over there hiding like a bitch in the bushes, knowing damn well this redneck ass dad has a gun, like literally like 10 feet away from me, pointing it at me. And he's like, "Where's your friend?" He's like, "You got 10 seconds to find your friend and get him out here right now, or I'm calling the police." My nigga,
You
I
better
literally
snitch.
am like,
You better have
bro,
snitched.
no, hell no, no. My nigga, cause I didn't know exactly where he was. I just called his name. I was like, you know his name, blah 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 blah. I was like, my nigga, get over here, like get the fuck over here, cause I was mad as hell at this point. Cause I was like, I didn't know why he ain't come out in the first place, especially in that situation. Like we could have been left if he'd have just came out. It takes him like 2 minutes to finally like build up the balls to just get out of his hiding place and come over there. He starts talking to us like waving the gun around and shit. And so basically, and his like wife or whatever, the girl's mom comes over there too. Cause like my nigga, we're like terrified at this point. My nigga, we're 15 years old. Some redneck ass nigga's waving a gun with his fucking shirt off, some little ass underwear. Like, cause we're about to run a train on his daughter, my nigga. Let's just be perfectly honest. Two niggas finna run a train on his white ass daughter. I know he was mad, bro. I know he was pissed as fuck. So the mom comes over to us. She starts talking us down, talking about he's not gonna hurt you, blah blah blah. He's just upset. She takes us to their front porch, my nigga. This is where this shit like it's already in hell right now, but this is where it like literally becomes a nightmare. Instead of this nigga letting us go, he literally tells us, sits us on the porch, and he's like, "Now you got 15 minutes to call whoever to come and get you to get this car and to get the hell out of here. I'm calling the police." My nigga, when I tell you
Hell's pretty nice.
we arrived at her house at 2:30. We stalled this nigga until 6:30 in the morning. We were just sitting on his porch for 4 straight hours, like stalling, talking about we don't have our phones, like our mom's out of town, like blah 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 blah, like all types of shit. He finally calls the cops after 4 hours of us sitting out on his front porch, bro. Calls the fucking police. Police pull up, you know, they're asking us what we're doing. My nigga, and literally, like this somehow like went from the worst situation to the best situation possible. His granddad and his mom show up. Literally to this day, my grandma still knows nothing about this story because I never told her. Like I told the cop, I was like, I ain't even got my phone on me. Like I'm staying the night at his house. Like shit, like it's whatever at this point. Like I ain't got nobody to call. And so basically, his mom and his granddad come pick us up, my nigga, and literally like within like 30 seconds of being in the car, they're joking about it. Like they're talking about, oh, yo, like y'all some little like badass like thugs, whatever, blah 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 blah. Like so, everything seems like a joke at this point. But my nigga, I cannot get to you like the amount of fear that redneck ass piece of trash ass nigga put into my fucking
Man,
heart by
he just went
simply
hard.
swinging open the front door. Like we're 100 feet away from this nigga, mind you. He swings the door open, fires 3 shots in the air, and then fires 2 shots at us, my nigga. Bro, I literally ran for my life, my nigga. And then the worst thing was, like, I literally ran straight to a barbed wire fence.
Oh
Like,
damn, yeah, you probably
Nah.
fucked up too.
If he
my
if he
nigga,
hit you, shit, if he hit you, you got mad breath. Cause you weren't even
my
in front
Nigga,
of
nigga,
what
his
if he was
like
dead? What if he
my
was
crib.
nigga.
dead then? What if he was dead though?
Bro, we literally had to talk to the cops about the situation, right? And he told them, he was like, the only reason I even fired the gun in the first place is because they were on my property. My nigga, no, we weren't. We weren't even on the road in front of your property. And we told him that too, but you know, it's two like black 15-year-olds against like a 48-year-old white man with a gun. Like, obviously the cops are gonna believe him. Like, you feel me? That like, but that's a different topic about the whole white privilege and like
Yeah.
racial injustice and shit. But yeah, I just wanted to get like, I just wanted to tell y'all niggas that because that shit like literally was the scariest moment of my
That's it.
fucking life, my nigga.
I mean, that's something that somebody can definitely learn from. So, but shit,
My nigga,
shit, no cap to
fuck
get
that.
back on with this freaking podcast shit. Cause damn, we're getting this joint jumping.
Yeah.
That shit,
Hell yeah.
Nah, what?
like for real, I got a story shit of me. Cause I'm obviously not gonna say I'm gonna say that for another podcast. Of me with going to her girl's house, shit, and her mom coming home. I had to hide in the closet. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we'll save that for another podcast. But anyway, so with the whole story that I was talking about with the pregnancy scares, and you were saying just fucking raw and shit. I'm be real, not worth it. If you're gonna do it
Yeah,
wrong,
nah.
make sure that it's your girlfriend, something that you know is gonna be long term, and you know what I'm saying. Those should be the only circumstances right there. If it's just someone that's just gonna bang and dip, bro, do not do that wrong. Not even worth it.
But
And
like, we're just completely like, we're just missing this amazing opportunity, bro. I just realized this. We have the sex expert in the party right now. That nigga Delo, bro.
yes,
Oh
sir.
my god.
Yes, sir, Delo. Hey, Delo, what you gotta tell the youth, man? 'Cause my
Nah,
man Delo's
all I
out
was
here
gonna say,
cracking all
man,
these hoses,
nah,
man.
yeah. Nah, I want to say one thing. If Shorty allergic to latex, you gotta get that non-latex either way, bro.
This nigga.
Like, you just gotta be safe.
Hey, what
Shorty,
you
I'm
got? What
talking
you
to you,
got?
trying to say some shit like that.
Hey, what you gotta tell the people with all the hoes you be fucking, bro? You cause let me ask you, you be
I don't
fucking.
flex about that shit, bro.
Sure.
But
We
y'all do know the safest form is safe sex, right?
is abstinence, yeah. But I'm gonna
Abstinence,
be
my
real,
nigga.
bro. Don't be a fucking virgin. If you're a fucking dude, I'm gonna be real. That's sad, bro. Dude, you don't want to.
Like,
Not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that this is a perfect example. Not saying no names. You don't want to be 18 and over. That is literally horrible.
yeah,
You
that's
want to
Exactly.
do that shit before
bad.
18.
And
No question.
yeah.
Being a virgin in general is not it.
That nigga's no, I feel so bad for that nigga, bro.
For niggas like that, I know. But hey,
Cause I don't
but
know what
nah.
pussy
Speaking of something else that I was talking about earlier. So with this whole with this whole shit with the, I was just giving you a little story about my pregnancy scare, right? And talking about, my us going to a, what is it, abortion center, which I mean clearly she wasn't having no child, so that wasn't even happening. But a lot of people have different opinions on that. So what do y'all think about abortion now? How do y'all feel about that?
I
Because
I'm
there's
kind
there's a
of
lot
in
of
between
different.
pro-life and pro-choice, my nigga,
No,
because
please don't say pro life and pro choice. I don't even like niggas use those words. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like I
all right,
just know
I'll
you're
just
for it
look.
or
All
you're
right,
not.
all right. So pro-choice is you're for a woman being able to choose if she has an abortion or not. Pro-life is you're for life, so you believe that a woman should not have an abortion. Basically, just to sum it up. But I'm kind of in
Can
between
we
that
just say
because
we agree
like,
with it and we don't agree with it?
all
Just
right, I'm
nah,
kind of in
I don't
between
agree.
agreeing. I'm kind of in between agreeing and disagreeing because if you think about it, like I believe it's all situational.
that
If
it.
and it depends on religion too, like of course, because like some people would say that if God wanted you to have that baby, then no matter how the baby ended up being inside of you, that he wanted to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And which is kind of fucked up because like it could be like literally like a 13-year-old girl gets raped by like a 40-year-old man and is pregnant. And you're gonna tell me that she doesn't have the right to have that abortion, my nigga? Like that's kind of fucked up. And but like if you are in a financially stable situation and you are like going in raw and you're like fucking on a daily basis without a condom and you end up getting pregnant, my nigga, I believe that like you should 100% keep that child because like there's no reason you shouldn't. That's just like killing off like an innocent like child for no reason. Like if you can afford to have the baby, if you know the consequences of you having unprotected sex, and there's no reason that you shouldn't, other than the reason that you just don't want to have a baby, like at that point in your life, like I believe that you should like definitely have that kid.
And for me, I feel like it really just all depends on the stage. So for one, if you're gonna do it, bro, I say you do it while before it's even actually a baby, because
Yeah, definitely.
aborting a sperm cell is not killing a child.
If
I'm
yeah,
gonna
if
be
that
real.
was the
I'm a
case, if
real
that was
kid.
definitely the
No, you do that
case,
all the time as like especially when you're
like
younger,
when you
beating your meat.
nut,
That's what I'm saying.
like my nigga,
When you're beating your
yeah.
meat, bro, you're literally killing kids right there. So if you're saying doing it within the first week, or you can even say the first month or two, I don't know the whole
Nah,
entire
nah, not month or
process.
two, not
Yeah, I
month
was
or
gonna say
two.
I don't remember the whole entire
I'll
life
say
cycle
first
of it.
3 weeks. First 3 weeks is
I'll
like
just say the
even
first
two
month.
weeks.
I'll just say the first month in general, because I know even after the first month, it's still not a child completely. But you know what I'm saying? But before you get to that part, now I'll say once you get to the point of, what I'm saying, it's becoming a child and shit. I feel like that's really that's where the real conversation comes in. And another thing, as a okay, let's say you're doing it right, whether you're doing it raw or not, right? And I don't know, we'll just say for the purposes of the video, well, you're using a rubber, because you know what I'm saying. Telling y'all niggas, like we said, use protection anyway, right? So let's say you're using the rubber, right? And for whatever reason it breaks, right? And like you realize that. And I just feel like after once you're done having sex, you should like realize like whether some like you finished in her or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether you pull out or not, whether it breaks or not, whatever happens, like y'all should know before y'all leave. You know what I'm saying? The outcome of what y'all just did. So
Yeah.
I feel like, and then with that being said, you can then on the spot be like, oh shit, damn, this just happened. I need to go get a plan B. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what, for me especially, if like right after I'm done, what? It's not like I'm gonna do that and then just pack my shit and leave, act like nothing happened. Like, and I guess you could say the only flaw in that is the fact that the girl What if the condom broke and the girl knew that you nutted in her, right? But she didn't tell you. That's a big possibility right there, and you just gotta take the risk with that. I feel like,
All right, I got a
but
question
just
for
use
y'all.
protection. Use protection. What's up? You
All
know
right,
where?
so a lot of pro-choice,
Please
feminists
don't
or whatever you want to call
don't
them.
say pro-choice. I don't know what the
Oh
fuck
my
that
God,
means.
a lot of girls will say, a lot of girls will say, "My body, my choice." All
Uh huh.
right. So, do you
Nah.
believe? Because I do believe that the man in the relationship definitely should have a say in which if the baby is
Mm.
aborted or not.
Yeah, for sure.
My nigga,
Nah, nah.
that
If
is
that's what you're about to
my
say, no, that's what you're
bro.
about to say. Yeah, I agree with that. But at the same
Yeah,
time, for
my
me,
nigga.
most of the times, I would be like, "Bitch, I'm cool with that." You know what I'm saying? But I mean, unless it's something that I prepared for and or we prepared for, and I'm like, yeah, I want to have this, and it's finally the one, and then you just kick it out. It's like, hey, what the fuck?
Like, not even that. If a bitch finds out like she's pregnant, like a week after y'all have sex, right? And she's like, I want to keep the baby. I like my nigga. If you're gonna keep that baby and I don't want it, especially if I'm 16, 17, 18
Nah,
years
that's
old,
the worst. That's the worst part
then,
right there. That
bro,
position, and no, that's
I
actually a
shouldn't
thing
have to
though.
pay child support,
No,
my
no,
nigga.
no,
I
no,
should
no, no.
not have
That's
to pay
actually a
that
thing though.
shit.
Like there are actual girls that will be like, no, I want to keep the child. No, no, no matter what you're saying, no matter what's happening, they're straight up, no, I want the child, and that's dangerous right there because that's putting yourself in a position that you don't. It's. I'm not gonna say it's not your fault. Obviously, you put yourself in a position to have that child, but at the same time, now you have no say in whether that child's being born or not, because just because the simple fact that you're not the female in the relationship, kind of fucked up. Not kind of fucked up,
It
very
is.
fucked up.
It's really fucked up. That's a lot of power they hold in their hands
Yeah,
right
that's what
there,
I'm
and that's
saying.
where a lot of trust issues come in. Like because they can very well use that baby to keep you in a relationship,
Oh, for sure, and
which is
many
as
females do that.
toxic as it
Many
sounds.
females do that.
Like many females be doing that
Yeah,
shit.
and
A
that
lot
shit
of
is
girls will
dangerous.
also just like complete and like literally lie about it. They'll tell you that they're pregnant for the simple fact that they don't want you to leave,
Yeah, which
and that's
well,
like
no,
fucked up
which is
as
what we were
hell.
saying earlier, bro. A baby is a lot of power. Like that literally can change your life for the better, for the worse, for greater, for whatever the fuck the saying is. Dog, that you just putting your own child, your own remnants inside of somebody, literally changes your life, and it's just crazy how something so natural, you know what I'm saying? Something that's just such the norm can literally just change you, who you are as a person, everything about your life. Kind of crazy.
I mean, shit, like
Uh,
that shit do be happening all the time. Like, my nigga, because you have to adjust to life with a kid. Like, there's no doubt about it. You're not gonna be able to go on with your daily routine without like
Mm.
having that baby somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely got to change that shit up. It just
Yeah, and
changes a lot.
it's like I don't know. It's just what we said earlier. It's either like it can be a blessing or a curse. Like that baby can literally drain the life out of you. Like you'll no longer want to do anything but care for that baby because you literally can't do anything else but that. And it kind of sucks. It would suck so bad to be put in a position to where you are underage. Say like you're 17, right? Like say you're 17, you accidentally get a girl pregnant. She literally tells you within the first like 2 to 3 days, and then she tells you that no matter what the situation is, she's gonna keep the baby, and you're gonna have to be either in that baby's life, in her life too, because of course like she's the mother of the baby, or you're gonna have to pay child support.
you
Like
know,
that is
you,
complete and totally fucked up.
yeah. No, no, that's true. That's true. But at the same time, at the start, right, you gotta think before you even about to have sex, right? You gotta think there's always a chance something like that could happen. So you gotta be prepared for anything.
Nah,
So you're
nah.
taking that risk into your own hands. That is true. It is fucked up that what if they say it's their body, so they could freaking do this, do that, or some shit like that. But you know,
All right, so I got
like
something. I got
so,
something. So you're saying you got to prepare yourself for it, but for one, you can never prepare yourself for a child. No matter what, you can't prepare. go for that shit because it's a different experience for everyone. And another thing, I mean, look, sex is just it's a norm, obviously in our society. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's
My nigga,
so
niggas are so horny at such a younger age nowadays. That shit
shit,
is
shit. There's nothing we
ridiculous.
can do about that. I mean, when you got a schlong like me, man, you know, man, that's shit trying to go freaking hard every day. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just saying that's just something that's just so norm. So it's just, I think it's just more along the facts of that something so normal and like so nonchalant can literally just make your life go on a whole other like 180-degree angle.
I feel like a lot of like speaking about how like sex is like more normalized nowadays, especially for like, you know, kids above like the age of like 14, like they're now having sex at like a lot younger age and
Yeah.
like people were like say 20 years ago. But I feel like a lot of that is a lot of peer pressure, my nigga. Like I know like for a fact there's kids out there that literally had sex for the simple fact that they knew their friends were having sex. And it's kind of fucked up to think about that, but like it's damn well true, my nigga. Like people get peer pressured into shit all the time, and that's one of those things that you really don't need to be peer pressured into, because you could go into sex unexperienced. Like my nigga, you could fuck up and double layer on a condom, which is like
Oh my
worse than
goodness.
putting on
Hey,
a single condom. And like you could end up fucking, they could have friction, you know, tear through them, and then you could get a girl pregnant the first time you have sex, which
n-
sucks because like
now I got some
then
hot
you're
take right
stuck or
here.
something.
Hot take right here. Like I said, I think being peer pressured into that is actually a good thing because this is opening up manhood for you a lot sooner. I mean, shit, yeah, it's nice to, you know what I'm saying, wait till you're freaking, I'm not gonna say the ideal, but, you know what I'm saying, for girls, wait till, you know what I'm saying, you're 18, some shit like that, going to college and all that. Yeah, that's nice, but at the same time, like, you don't want to be at a certain age where you're supposed to be an adult or some shit, right? And you can't fulfill a girl's needs of her wanting to have sex because you don't know how you've never experienced at a young age. I just feel like, and for me, I'm not gonna lie, like especially I know a lot of people are gonna say out there in middle school and shit, like everyone probably lied about that shit and saying you had sex and all that. At my middle school or me and Delo's middle school, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like people didn't really lie about that. It was like about having sex and shit. So it was like no one was ever pressured into it really. For us, I feel like high school was when that shit really like that's when people started having sex and shit. And it's like then that's when people started lying about having sex, blah blah blah, doing certain shit. And I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. I mean, in the sense of you're in the sense of you're just getting experience at a young age. Like I said, I don't really see a problem with that. I mean, when I was younger, I say like eighth grade and shit. Obviously, I was trying to get some pussy, but I had no idea what I was doing for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? Running, I'm a virgin. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna know what I'm doing. But it took some time for me to get my flow. You know what I'm saying? Then after a while, you know what I'm saying? After growing up, experience, I'm like, damn, okay, I know what to do now. And it takes you to the example of freaking seventh grade. I'll never forget. Like it was just one girl I was fucking with. Or I was dating, matter of fact, seventh grade. She was in eighth grade, so you know what I'm saying? In middle school, a bit that's one grade higher than you, something like that. That's the freaking world, bro. You know what I'm saying? So she was a grade higher than me, so she was way more experienced than me, not gonna lie. Freak, freaking everything, bro. I was scared, right? So I'll never forget, I remember she lived near me too, so she was asking me to come over to her house. She was home alone. She's like, please come over, blah 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 blah, telling me all the shit she was gonna do. Or no, she didn't tell me all the shit she was gonna do, but she was just like telling me to come over and shit, right? So obviously I ducked. I'm not gonna lie, I ducked. I was scared. I didn't know. Yo, I thought you were just my girlfriend. We just do this at school. What do I need to go over to your house for? I want to go home and go play Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. So shit. She's telling me come over and shit. Now later I figured out she wanted to come over and actually, you know what I'm saying, do the dirty. You know what I'm saying, do some inappropriate stuff to me. But I wasn't ready for that. And I feel like part of that problem is that I was never peer pressured. Bro, if my friends were peer pressuring me, making fun of me for being a virgin back in middle school and shit, how you're a virgin, then in that situation, I would have been like, I would have been like, damn, you know what? You guys are right. I am a virgin. Let me change this. And you know what I'm saying? Then I would have done that. But because that I'm not gonna lie, in my middle school that shit didn't really happen. That wasn't really a thing. I wasn't prepared at all, and so I literally ducked me getting fucking pussy because I was scared. I was scared of that. I was scared of doing something with a girl.
Nah.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
just
Peer
feel
pressure
personally,
it can definitely help you.
personally, I think peer pressure is not a good thing.
Of course, you're
It's a
saying
thing that
that.
could really cause you to do some stupid shit. Yes, I am saying that
Well, no,
because
no, no.
you
It's
always
it's a
try to
good
peer
and a bad
pressure
thing.
niggas into some shit,
No, no, no,
like
no,
trying
no,
to
no,
peer
no, no.
pressure you to
It's a good
smoking
and
some
bad thing
shit.
though. It's a good and bad thing. You get peer pressured all the time, and sometimes the peer pressure might be you might be getting peer pressured into doing some shit that you've never tried before that you might end up, you know what I'm saying, that might end up changing your life. So it's really 50, and it just depends on what you're getting peer pressured on. But you don't want to be an idiot, and if your friends peer pressuring you to go smoke some meth, you go do that shit. Come on now, we have brains.
Yeah,
We're smarter.
Jason.
We're
No,
smarter than
I
that.
would say that peer pressure in itself is a bad thing. You should never pressure anyone to do something they're not comfortable with. So that's just first and
Exactly.
foremost. So because that's technically like,
All right. No, no, no,
no,
no. You're
it's
right. No,
like
no, no. You're right. I got one right here. Y'all pressure, or I'm gonna say we pressure De Niro all the time to upload. That's for his well-being, though. You know what I'm saying? We know he needs to upload, and that's gonna help his channel.
That's
So
different.
obviously no, because he just said, here, let me ask you, what is peer pressure? What defines peer pressure? I feel like it's pressuring someone to do something out of their comfort zone that they don't feel comfortable with.
but yeah, but
No, it's
that's
not that he
different
doesn't feel
because
comfortable with it or comfortable with it. It's
I
just
mean,
he's not. Maybe he's procrastinating or something.
we're
Maybe.
motivating. We're motivating. There's a difference.
Exactly.
We're motivating him to upload by, pressing him to upload. But peer pressure is doing something as you defined, like pressuring someone to do something that they're not comfortable with. And if you're like, this is why I said the whole thing about you shouldn't be peer pressured into sex, especially at a like age that you're not experiencing shit. Because like obviously that can cause like it's a lot of mental stress to like
I hear
have
that.
your
I hear
friends
that.
peer pressure to do something that you just honestly don't feel comfortable doing it. That's a lot of stress on you, and it's not only going to cause you to like slow down and be less sexually active, like in some cases, it's going to cause like a lot of like I feel like it's going to cause a lot of like self what's the word? What's the word? It's like you're gonna feel bad about yourself for like just simply like
Self
not
guilt,
fucking like
self shame.
Nah, I know what you're saying.
yeah, it's just kind of fucked up. I
It's
feel like
like
you
body
should
shaming, some shit like
honestly,
that. Like you can feel bad about your body
yeah, like shit
type
like
shit.
that. Like I feel like honestly, no matter what the situation is, no matter if they're peer pressuring you to like have sex, to get a girlfriend, like my nigga, anything in the world that you're just not comfortable with doing, especially at such an early age, I feel like you as a person should wait until you're comfortable doing it because not only will you do it 100%, like I feel like you're gonna be way more comfortable with doing something when you're ready to do it, and then you'll probably perform better knowing you're ready to do it.
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, I know that actually is true. I just think of it like this. It can be a blessing and a curse. It can help you in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? In life and shit too. But at the same time, it can also hurt you. Like you said, mentally strain you. I mean, I know a friend that's been mentally strained from that shit. But I think they're finally ready. What do you think about? What do you think, Della?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What you mean, sure? I see what you
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah. I know a friend that, peer pressures this one guy a lot. Shame. It's a shame that he has to go through that though. But yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's always the best. But I mean, hey, so another thing. Speaking of which, that I did want to ask y'all about, um, or I'm not gonna say that I want to ask y'all about, but fucking what is it? So you was talking about this earlier, Green, and I mean we could use this for another podcast, but we're here. So we're gonna go ahead and fucking keep going with it, right? And shit, honestly, now, like I said, this doesn't really have to do nothing much with with what we've been talking about today. Or actually, no, you know what? No. We'll actually stay with this same topic. We talked about this a little in episode 1. Delo, did you ever see that video of the girl who she was pregnant? Okay,
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
yeah, you know what video I'm
Yeah, I
talking
know
about,
what
right?
you mean.
Okay.
Hmm.
How do you feel about that shit? First of all, I want to ask you about
No,
that.
no. Personally, for me, if I was that man, I would. I don't think I'd be that kind. But I think it's the bond he like made with the child that's making him say, okay, you can stay here for 1 month, like more, and then you gotta go. Like it's gotta be the bond because there's nothing else, man.
I mean, sure, he's still at the end of the day though, he's still like kicking them out. Or yeah, he's still kicking them out at the end of the day. It's just more the fact
Yeah.
that, or for the viewers that don't know, there was a video trending on Twitter, and it was just a girl who, and like I said, we talked about this a little in episode 1, but it was a video of a girl who she ended up having a child, right? And she's had this boyfriend for, whoever, how long before the child. And so the child's now 3 years old, and he thought that the child for these 3 years has been his child the whole entire time. He ended up doing a DNA test, found out that wasn't his child. So he wasted 3 years with that child, thinking child when it really wasn't. But not only that, that's just a brief summary of it. But not only that, you know what else I was thinking though? The fact that that child was for one, it was more than the child being 3 years old, because you gotta think being pregnant is a whole 9 months, and I'm sure they were fucking and talking or fucking with each other and talking before that. So I say they probably been together 4 to 5 years, right? And the fact that 3 of the years he thought that that child was his the whole entire time, just to find out that that's not your child either. Damn, that no, I think that goes with the beginning of what we were talking about with toxicity, in a female, and at times it goes both ways. But one thing about a female being toxic or hurting a man, some shit like that, I feel like with a man we have a lot of pressure to suck it up and just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens. At least with females, they have their friends. You know what I'm saying? Their girlfriends. They can talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Help them feel better. With us as men, society and shit, we're just supposed to just brush that shit off and keep going. And I feel like that be hurting a lot of people mentally too, not just physically, but mentally too. That fucks with people, because now you can't talk to nobody about it or nothing, because you have to be a man, which is what our society portrays, and you have to just shrug that shit off and keep it going. Nah, that's what starts mental problems.
And I don't care what anyone says. Females are way more just evil and darker than men.
That's what you
Like
think
they
so?
just yeah no. Most females are, I swear most females are born with no heart. Like the shit they be doing, bro.
Hey
Like
yo.
bruh, they be doing some wild shit.
I feel like
Like
it's crazy too, cause like my bad if I cut you off.
not sure.
But like just going off like what you're saying, I feel like a lot of females have this idea in their head, and it's probably because it's been said by females everywhere. They always talk about like niggas ain't shit, like men ain't shit, but like realistically, I would say like more likely, more than like men do women wrong. I feel like women do men wrong for the simple reason that they think that we're gonna do them wrong, so they just do it in
Mhm.
advance.
Yeah,
And it
do
kind
it,
of
do it
sucks
before it
to us
happens.
like that. Like they really think that low of us, to where that they think that their only way to get out of the relationship or to prove something is to do something to us first. When in reality, most of the time, that was never even an option for us. All we're really looking for, my nigga, is you to just stay solid, be there for me when I need you type shit. And the whole time in your mind, you're just thinking that I'm trying to play you type shit, and I'm just using you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna get back at me before I can ever even think about doing something like that to you. That shit is kind of fucked.
Yeah, that kind of goes with what we were talking about at the beginning of this episode. or the beginning of this podcast, we're talking about trust. How
Yeah.
one person breaks a woman's trust, and now she can't trust no more. So the next man that she
Yeah.
goes to, she's not gonna be able to trust him. And I feel like it's the same shit with this too. How if if a woman if a woman gets done dirty by a man, now the next guy that she's talking to, she's like, damn, all right, let me make sure, you know what I'm saying, yeah, they get to wherever they do, or whatever happens, you know what I'm saying, and let me cut him off before he cuts me off. So I know it's gonna happen, just cause the last nigga did.
And you gotta start thinking about this. Behind every fuckboy, as girls say, behind every fuckboy is a girl that really hurt him, like, or just really did him dirty or some shit like that. Like you just can't just hate on someone that just fucks with women and fucks with their feelings because they probably done through worse. Like yeah, like you
Yeah,
just
and
gotta
for me,
understand.
I'll say this: I don't think I've really been broken myself, but I've seen my friends broken. Perfect example. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say no names, but Delo, you know who exactly I'm talking about with his girl Jay. Um,
Mhm. Oh yeah,
she broke his heart like 2, 3 times, and he kept going back to her. I
yeah.
don't know why, but
I
seeing
think was
that,
stuck on her.
I remember eighth grade was the first time it happened, and they dated from like 7th to 11th grade. Eighth grade was the first time like she broke up with him, broke his heart, and like just seeing that, it's like damn, I don't want to ever put myself through that. So I'm not gonna lie, with myself, I kind of whenever I'm talking to a girl, you know what I'm saying, I make sure I get the job done, and after that, it's really how I'm feeling after will depend if I stay with them or not. And I'm not gonna lie, that's something that I do need to do. We were talking about people being toxic and making girls have trust issues and shit. I'm not gonna lie, like I see myself, I'm like part of that reason at the same time. But I think it just has to do with like I said, it's more that mentality. It's like the mentality of eat or be eaten. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same. It's that, but with getting your heart broken. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
like get your heart broke or break a heart.
Yeah,
And it's
and
sad that it's come to that, to be honest.
yeah, and honestly, I do need to stop that. But at the same
Yeah, nah.
time, I mean, shit, I don't want to let my guard down, and next thing you know, I'm sitting there looking like a fucking retard. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
That's
nah.
where trust comes in, bro. Like you can't let your guard down until you trust someone enough to like let them see the real version of yourself and how you're really feeling without them just like breaking you off and cutting you off. Like that shit is horrific, bro, and that shit causes a lot of damage. Like even though like you said, like men are trained to just brush that shit off. Like that shit really does take effect on us, my nigga.
Yeah,
Like even the simple fact, like not even like you said, not even having like seeing like your other male friends that have been, and not wanting to be in that position has like damaged you to the point where you like can't trust women yourself for the simple fact that you've seen your friends go through it.
yeah.
Like that should say something in itself.
Nah, honestly, and
Yeah.
honestly, with you're talking about trusting girls, I'm like, that's the thing. You can't always put your trust in people, so it's really a big gamble of if you decide to put your trust in them, are they gonna fuck you over? Yes, no, maybe. You don't know. And have y'all ever seen that video of that girl? It was a guy, right? He's driving, and or he's not driving. He's picking up his girlfriend, right? And his mom is in the front seat, and there's like a girl outside, or his girlfriend is outside, and she's perping because the mom is in the front seat, and she wants to be in the front seat, and the mom
Oh yeah, I
and his
seen this one.
girlfriend are going at each other. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Delo, right?
Mhm.
Green, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I've seen that video actually.
Yeah, and I guarantee you've seen. I'm gonna have to. Let me go on Twitter and look for it
No, yeah,
for it
no.
for you real quick. But Delo, since you know what I'm talking about, and for my people that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and try to find it real quick on Twitter. But
But yeah,
it's the simple fact that like you really can't trust. I'm not gonna say you can't trust anyone. You know what I'm saying? You're obviously gonna find that one person that you can't trust. But it's just like it's trial and error, and you don't want to hurt yourself and fuck yourself over.
no
What's the name
bullshit.
of this?
I think I think I think the girlfriend should have been the one in front seat. I could
Really?
see a reason. Yeah, no, I could see a reason for that. It's like, I could see it.
That's actually crazy
Especially with the
that's
mom being
crazy.
her old ass. She better get her old ass to the back seat.
That is
Come on
crazy. No, they're like that's crazy for that. For me, I do.
here.
That's definitely got to be your mom first
No,
because.
I know it's mom first, but
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
I
a
found it. I
fucking
found it.
car seat, my
All right.
nigga.
So first,
It's a
for
damn
everybody watching, let me go ahead and show you real quick.
And I get that that's your mom and everything, but like,
like
you going to the back,
I
right?
don't know.
No,
Yeah,
that's
personally,
not. Why? What are you
I
talking
think the
about?
girl
I'm your
should have
wife.
been
Are you serious right
in
now?
front.
And
We
nah,
gotta, we gotta keep having,
nah.
having
Because
conversations.
this is the thing, bro.
Every time I
It's
link
your,
up with your
dude,
mother, it's always
it's
a
your mom.
problem.
Like,
I'm in his life
you
now,
can't.
so why you still here?
All right, and anyway, I'm not gonna continue
Okay,
playing it,
then
but
go to the back.
as you can see, they were literally getting mad at each other for a cool. Like they were just screaming at each other, blew it out of proportion, all that. But at the same time, bro, that's your mom. You only get one mom, and whether that's your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, you can get more than one of those. And it's as sad as it sounds, like that's not a one-time thing. A girlfriend, I said girlfriend, my bad. Your mom is a one-time thing. You're never gonna get that again, or you're never gonna like you only have one mom, and that's literally the woman that birthed you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just respect.
Okay,
My mom comes first before my girlfriend, no matter what. That's how I feel.
no, but think about it this way, right? Your girlfriend, she's so used to being front seat with you. Oh, you two might be holding hands while you're driving or some shit like that. I don't know, some shit like that, right? Your mom, what the fuck are y'all gonna do? Be kissing and shit while she in the front
No,
seat?
but it's not even. No, but it's not even about that. It's just about the respect. Like that's your mother, and that's the mother that's the person that raised you. Like I say, you only get one mom. You can let's just say that girl breaks up. No, let's say that girl breaks up with you, right? Because of that situation. You can find another girl, right?
No, yeah,
Right,
no,
right, like,
no,
but your
yeah,
mom, you can't. That's not possible. I'm sorry.
no.
And you'll
I'm not
never
gonna
be
lie.
able to
The
trust
way,
a woman like you can trust your mom.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, no,
Yeah, and that goes with the trust
nah.
thing.
One thing I'll say though, the way she handled that situation, over there crying and shit, trying to force them, or not even force, but just freaking yell at them all to get her out and shit like that. Like that's some like what, like that's too much. Like at
No,
the
for
most, I
sure.
want my girl to be like, oh, I just want to be in front seat, but it's okay or some shit like that.
No. I'll say
But
this: the
like
fact that
she
you're
was wilding.
disrespecting your mom like that too, nah, that's a
Yeah,
problem.
no,
But I'm gonna be
yeah, no,
real.
that's
I
when it's
wouldn't
like
even
too
put
much.
myself in a position to talk to a girl like that if she's gonna be disrespectful like that.
No,
I feel like
is that
when it comes to
yeah,
finding girls though, there's a certain criteria that you look for, and
yeah.
if now I'm not gonna say if a girl don't fit that criteria, you're just gonna cut her off. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm. No, in fact, no. Even talking about that, um, do you guys would you like the girl you're talking to be like friendly towards other people or like, rude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Unless you mean,
another boy approaches her, she's like, get the fuck out or some shit like that.
I wouldn't say they have to literally change how they are and to be rude to other people, but I mean, having a friendly ass female is not fun in the
Yeah.
just because you now have to worry about. Matter of fact, no. That ties into this. Let me ask you this: are you fine with your girl having a best friend, a guy best friend?
I'm okay. No. But personally, I'm okay with it as long as she understands that the specific stuff that she could talk to him about. And then like this like I'm the type of person who's like okay with that shit. But if she's talking to him about all the shit that's happening, like that's the point where I'm like, yeah, nah, that's too much. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like if it's like a little argument that happened, then go ahead. Like, you could tell him about it, but it's like a big thing and we're fighting for real, all this and that. Like you don't need to talk to him about it. You need to talk to me about it. So
Yeah.
nah.
What do
The
you say,
best
Green?
friend, yeah.
I feel like honestly, in this situation, it's so crazy how this is working out so perfectly, but it all comes back to trust. If you can't trust your girl to be in a room, not like her bedroom with a nigga, but like in a classroom with like her guy best friend sitting behind her, beside her, and like they're talking or whatever. If you can't trust her to do that, then that shouldn't be your girl. Your girl should be
Mm.
someone that you can completely trust in any situation. Like,
Oh, that way I
can
got something to say. Okay, so I mean you're not wrong with that, right? Then don't get me wrong, your girl should be, you know what I'm saying? You should, if that's your girl, you should be able to trust her. But at the same time, right? Um, you can trust your girl, but can you trust the nigga? And that's her guy best friend, and you don't really know him too well. Now, like for me personally, I'm not gonna tell a girl no, you can't have him, because I don't know what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna tell him no, but I would definitely prefer you not to have one. And I feel like you should be able to respect that. And like I said, maybe you and your guy best friend, y'all been through something that I can't relate to. I can't touch you on a different level. So like that's fine. You know what I'm saying? All right, whatever. But like I'm saying, you have to be able to understand how I feel about your guy best friend, because at the end of the day, no matter what, I'm not gonna say all men are the same, but bro, male guy nature, bro. Dog, if you're sitting in a room with your girl best friend and shit, she's venting to you about some problems, and you know what I'm saying, it could easily take a turn for the worse and lead to something else easily. And
see, but think about it like this, bro. Like, if you trust your girl, it
Exactly.
doesn't matter who the guy is. You
That's what I
don't
was
have
gonna
to
say.
trust him. You don't even have to know him, my nigga. The guy could try to make a move on your girl, and as long as your girl stays loyal to you and declines his offer or his advances or whatever he's trying to do, my nigga, then you have nothing to worry about. Cause if
Mm.
that's your girl and you 100% trust her, you shouldn't have to worry about if a dude is gonna make a move on her. Cause forget who the dude is or forget what he's doing. That's your girl, my nigga. And at the end of the day, if she's willing or if she declines whatever the hell he's trying to do, then you have no reason but to not trust her. It doesn't matter who the guy is or how much you trust him. It's all about what the girl decides in the end.
Mm.
yeah, I mean,
Nah,
yeah, you're not wrong with that. Go ahead, Delo. How was
nah.
it?
And then I was wondering, like, personally for like you guys, what do you want to have in a relationship? Like, obviously you want to have trust, loyalty, you want to have love, all this and that. But like, what specific like personalities do you want your girl
Oh, I
or
see.
attractive
Traits.
from your
Yeah.
girl?
Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna like take turns like listening to our like top three or some shit, like top three things that you need. Not that you need, but
Yeah,
that you really want
let's
from a
just
girl.
do that.
All right.
Top three.
All right.
Who wants to
Shit.
go first?
Yeah. Which one I want to
I
take first?
mean, I got it if y'all want to go first.
Go ahead. Now you can
Yeah,
go.
you can go
All
first.
right. Number one is trust, of course.
Uh.
Because if I can't trust you, then I can't be in a relationship with you because I don't want to worry about what you're doing.
Mhm.
Simple as that. Time to know that you're not cheating on me, my nigga. Like that's just a toxic ass relationship. Number two, loyalty, my nigga. And that kind of goes along with
Yeah.
trust,
Oh
but
yeah. I
it's
was about to say, doesn't
different.
that kind of go? Uh huh.
Well, because loyalty is like it doesn't have
Staying
to
true
do
to
with
you.
like yeah, it doesn't have to do with cheating at all. Like, and people get that mixed up all the time. My nigga, loyalty doesn't mean like she won't cheat on you. Loyalty is giving like being 100% with you in all situations.
Yeah.
That if that's your girl, then she should be loyal to you, meaning that she should be there for you. Like if you need her, like she's loyal, she's always gonna be there, type shit.
Yeah.
And then number three, uh, the most important thing in a relationship, I would have to say is probably like number three is personality. Like
Mm.
honestly, like this kind of sounds fucked up, but this is just how the world works. The world is based everything off of sight first. What like you're gonna see her before you talk to her. That's just how it works.
Mhm.
Like unless she comes up behind you and taps you on the shoulder and has a whole conversation with you while you're turned around, but you're still listening. Like, my nigga,
Yeah.
you're gonna see her. Like, it might sound fucked up, but attraction does
Yeah.
matter. Like,
No, no, no. And you actually,
and
no, no. You just remind me of something. Like, actually, I want to ask her this. So, but before we get back on with our, our top threes, I just want to like get this out the way real quick. Which do y'all think is more important, looks or personality?
personality. That's why it's in my top three, and
Oh,
attractiveness isn't.
personality. All right. What about you,
Yeah,
Delo?
me, I say 75% personality, and then
For me,
like, bro, I don't,
no, no.
I
Pick
don't
one.
want no
Pick one.
shorty
Pick one.
looking
Pick one.
ugly.
Pick one.
All right,
Personality
personality.
or look? Okay. For me, I'm not gonna lie. It's a looks because it's in the sense of, all right. Let's be real, right? If there's a girl in your class, right, and she looking good is what's going to make attract you to talk to her and get to know her personality. Versus if a girl is literally like, let's be real, the ugliest thing you've ever seen in your life, you're not gonna go talk to her and be like, wow, you're really ugly from the outside, but I want to get to know your personality. You might
Shout
be
out to Prima.
you Hey, you're wild. You're wild. Hey, but yeah, like, what I'm saying, you might be fucking butt ugly, but if you're butt ugly, let's be real, you're not even gonna talk to them in general. Like, we can all agree, and we can be honest. You're not gonna talk to them in
But
general
but
because
the
they're ugly.
reason but the reason personality matters more is because using your logic, of course, like if like the ugliest creature walks up to you, like my nigga, you're gonna have the driest conversation ever until you like really like conversate with them and get to know their personality. But think about it like this. Not the most attractive girl that you've ever seen, but a girl that is like just cute, right? She
Nah, nah,
has a
nah, nah.
10
Cause
out
that
of
goes with looks though. That goes with if they're just cute, then you're still gonna be attracted to them. Like if you're saying
no, but what I'm
personality,
saying,
they gotta be butt ugly, my nigga.
no, it
Like to
doesn't.
the.
No,
I
but
think it
that's the
does.
thing.
Cause
It doesn't because personality has nothing to do with looks.
okay, okay. So
You
no, no. If
can't.
you're saying that, then that's like saying I can find a 10 out of 10 bitch, or 10 out of 10 female, cause what I'm saying, that goes with looks, with a pretty good personality. Not like
No,
that's
but
pretty
that's
much
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
thing.
Like,
That's the
no, but
same
that's
woman
what
then,
I'm
pretty
saying.
much. Just
No,
one
all
looks
right,
a
no,
little
no.
better
But
than the other.
what? All right. Listen. Because what
No,
I'm saying is, in the end, if there's a 10 out of 10 girl, 10 out of 10 looks, 10 out of 10 body, whatever, and she ends up having like a personality that just doesn't like, not even necessarily a shitty personality, but just a personality that doesn't fit like a relationship
with
that you
you. Yeah.
want. Like
Mhm.
it just doesn't match. It just doesn't line up. Like, why would you force yourself to be with that person just because like she looks good and like she has a good body, but like when y'all like lay down, y'all can't have a genuine conversation because y'all just don't have the same like or aren't interested in the same things. Like y'all's personalities just don't
Or actually,
coincide with each other.
actually, now I got some. I feel like saying personality is more important. I feel like that's more for personality is more important if you're looking for a friend. Matter of fact, that's what it is. Because look, at the same time, if you have a girl with a nice personality, right, but she's fucking butt ugly, you're not gonna be cuddling with her, looking her in her face and her eyes, and be like, "Oh, you look so good." Oh my goodness. You know what? Or you might not even wanna. Let's be real. You might even get to the point where you don't wanna fuck that joint, bro. Like when you're with her, when you're with her, because for the simple fact, bro, she's ugly. She can't even get you hard. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, nah, you just like you gave me a good idea and a good point. Finding someone with a good personality is what'll help you find a great friend. No cap on that, because
If you're looking if you're looking simply for looks in a relationship, you're not gonna have a genuine relationship. That's the point that needs to be made. If you're going up to a girl based on looks, which everybody does, don't get me wrong,
mhm.
but simply if the relationship is being hung on the fact that she looks good, then you should not be in that relationship. Now, of course, if you find a good-looking girl with a perfect like personality, y'all coincide with each other. Y'all can have deep conversations with each other. Y'all like, some of the same things, so y'all can talk about that. My nigga, marry that girl. Because not only does she have a like perfect personality for you as a person, but she also like you find her attractive. And people also find different type of people attractive. So like I feel like that's why personality matters more because being
No,
attractive can't like you can't get like through your life on just being attractive. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Like it might be easier for you to find like a girlfriend, a boyfriend, etc. if you are attractive, but what's gonna help you find a longer lasting partner is your personality.
shit, but not shit. But at the same time, right? You're saying people got different preferences, right? Which I mean, don't get me wrong, people do got different preferences, but what we gotta remember, we're saying strictly personality. She has to be, and I'm sorry that I gotta keep using this. She gotta be butt ugly, bro. She has to be.
No, but
Like
that's
I
not the
mean
thing.
I mean
All right, so
unattractive
no,
to
no,
you. She's literally no matter what your taste is. You could literally like freaking BBW 200-pound bitches, bro. But whatever the taste is, she's not attractive to you at all.
but
You don't
that's
see
not the
nothing you like in
question.
that.
All right, so the question was is what's your top three favorite things in a relationship?
Or
So
what you look for in
I
it.
said, all right, yeah, what I'm looking for in a relationship. I said trust, loyalty, and personality. And nothing in that sentence, or yeah, nothing in that had anything to do with looks. So while they got brought into it in the first place is in fact irrelevant, but
No, it didn't. No, it
also
is
this.
irrelevant. Wait, no, you
All
don't
right,
remember? I stopped it. I said,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
before
yeah,
we
yeah.
go to our score, I
No,
just
that's
want
what
to
I
know
was gonna
y'all's
get
opinions.
to. Like, so you said what's more important, looks or personality? That in itself does not mean that if you're looking for more personality in a female, that she has to be ugly, because that's simply not how the world
Oh,
works.
okay, no, I hear what you're saying. All right, look. For my scenario. Okay, hey, sorry, I should have said that. I should have said that. For my scenario, you have to pick one. She either got the personality or she got the looks. There's no in between. What are you
So
mostly looking for?
she has good looks, but she literally has a 0 out of 100 personality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it
Or versus,
100%.
or yeah, you keep it 100. Or versus
Yeah, I'm
being
sick.
100 or looking fucking the baddest female you've ever seen in your life. But I mean,
Keep the
damn, y'all not really
personality.
clicking.
My nigga, nah, cause that's not a thing. Damn, y'all not really clicking is different from literally being a 10 out of 10 bitch. Like, your personality does not suit me at all. In fact, whenever you open your mouth to talk, it disgusts me.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it has to be the worst
who
thing
I
ever
didn't think
because,
about that. I
yeah,
didn't think
because if
about that.
you're
You
putting the worst looks versus the best personality, it has to be the best looks versus the absolute worst personality. So like, she's dumb as hell. My nigga, dumb as hell. Like you can use the word there, and that bitch will like freak out because she doesn't know. Like she didn't even know there was like different like
different
words
theirs, yeah.
of there. Like she didn't know there was a difference between THEIR and TH,
Hey yo.
EYRE type shit.
Damn.
But
Nah, I didn't think about that. And then if it really comes to those two, shit. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be real. If it really came down to those two, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I think I'd still have to pick a looks for the simple fact that as fucked up as this is about to sound, an ugly female, like I mean, we're talking about butt ugly. For example, Delo, you already gave an example of a girl. That is just, I feel like I would rather listen to someone talk nonsense than look at, like, you ever just look at someone and just be like, damn, like you're actually one ugly ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I look at you
I
like
would,
that all the time, my nigga.
thank you, thank you. I would rather just listen to something. Like it can even be for the simple fact of everything I say you're against or you have an opposite opinion. It could even be that. I would rather listen to that than have to wake
All
up
right,
and look at something that looks like fucking Shrek, bro. Like I don't know. That's
my
me.
nigga. First of all, my nigga,
But
makeup
Shrek
is
is
a
bad.
thing. No, makeup is a thing.
Makeup doesn't
Plastic
save her.
surgery. No, makeup is a thing, plastic surgery is a thing, and working out is a thing. You could have a 200-pound girl who literally
Hey,
like
yo.
is ugly as hell, my nigga, like
Uh-huh.
dogged out. And no offense to any female, because like females are beautiful in each and every way. Like, you feel me? I'm not trying to
Yeah.
put down any female out
Yeah.
here. That's what I'm not trying to do.
Yeah.
But like, for the stances that we're putting up, her attractive level is a 0 out of 10. There's things that she can do to work on her attractiveness, and like, I still might not find her like to my scale of attractiveness like a 10 out of 10. But like, it kind of sounds fucked up, but like, it makes it easier to like picture myself with her because she is more attractive. But on the other end, you cannot teach a bitch that is dumb as rocks how to have a personality. You cannot teach that. A
She can by
personality is
teaching.
something
That,
that,
no, that's
my
literally
nigga,
it.
you
By
can't teach her because she's that dumb. Do you not get what I'm
Wait,
saying?
no,
Like,
no, no, no,
she's
no.
that
No. I get,
stupid.
no, I get she's dumb, but at the same time, you can't say she doesn't understand because she's that dumb. At the same time, when we were what 1, 2, 3 years old, we were that dumb, but we had to learn. So don't get me wrong.
My nigga,
That would be
no, but
so
like,
annoying. That would be so annoying that you gotta teach a
would
grown
you
ass
rather
woman
spend
her
would you rather
ABCs or some
spend
shit.
fucking 3 years out of your life trying to teach a fine bitch how to read a book? Or would you rather spend 3 years out of your life getting to know what could possibly be like your soulmate on getting herself to where she feels like more self-confident? Like, that just seems
Damn,
like
I'm not gonna
a
lie. You got me there. Honestly, my nigga, I'm still picking the good looks, my nigga. What? Oh my,
yeah.
yo, if I got a 10 out of 10 Kim K, and now she not got the personality. Oh, man. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Type shit, bro. I'm pulling out Beyonce, bitch. Like, what? You got the looks, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I ain't gonna hold you. God damn. Alright,
Speaking.
bro,
Anyway,
Delo, before we end the podcast today, like,
Hey,
is there
yo.
anything that you just want to, like,
Hey, yo,
talk
I didn't even
about?
get
Like,
my top three out. Nah, wait, we didn't get our top
nigga,
threes out.
oh, yeah.
Come on now.
Alright, good.
Hey,
all right,
shit.
let me say my
So,
first.
all right, go ahead. Cause you were saying your thing.
All
I
right,
didn't even get to think about mine.
all right. My top three. Number one, trust, most important thing. I think that's the most important thing ever. Number two, you got to be on my level of goofiness. That's just personally me, bro. Like,
Okay.
I can be goofy as hell. I need you to be goofy too. I can't be goofy and you be serious. Like, that's not happening. And then number three, I have to actually like really care for you. We have to care for each other. You know, you have to be a really caring person.
Caring.
That's just
Okay.
simply it.
Okay. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna go. So, for me, my top three would be number one. I guess I'm gonna have to join the bandwagon with trust. I know we've just been talking about trust all day in today's podcast, and like that just helped me realize how important that is. So trust. I definitely like Green, how you said personality. I said personality, loyalty. Like that's a lot deeper too. So I definitely bang with that. But I'm not doing that. For my number two, I think number two gotta be shit, either WAP, so some wet ass pussy, or you gotta have at least 10 out of 10 head. Like that head gotta be or side,
Oh,
Alright, so number two would probably be some shit like damn. I don't know. For me, I never really got to think about it. So number two, I'd probably do some shit like hold on, wait, what did I say for number one? Oh, I said trust. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. For me, I really have to do some digging. Honestly, I might have to wait till next episode. Y'all might have to catch my top three next episode, cause like
damn.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it
just something
does
that
take
I
a lot
can't
to
think.
like really think about.
Yeah, that's something I
Like,
can't
you
think
gotta
on the
think
top
about that.
on the like off the dome. I know, like I just feel like trust just really sums up everything for me. But like obviously I need two other things, so I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be thinking about it a little, like for however longer we're doing this. But shit, I'm gonna be thinking about that. But y'all might have to catch the next podcast. I'm not about to hold y'all.
To be honest, because it is getting It is getting a little late on that note, and
Hey,
my
hey,
nigga,
wait, wait,
this
wait,
is
wait. Hey, wait. I know what we said earlier, you know what I'm saying? We said we were gonna you know what I'm saying, go to a certain, what's it called? But shit, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock's right around the corner. Come on, let's do it. I don't want to say too much.
damn.
I don't want to say too much. But let's do that real quick. Let's get a little milestone.
This shit gonna go. This might go to 5:30, man.
Nah, for real, cause bro,
Nigga, I
the
gotta
comma,
piss so
the
bad.
right, go take your piss. Go take your piss. I got my man Delo. But
All right,
anyway,
y'all just
yeah, yeah.
conversate. Y'all just
All right.
conversate.
So Delo, with that being said, so I guess I'll go ahead and try to get my top 3 out in the middle of this podcast. So number 1 would definitely be, yeah, like we said, trust.
Trust.
Number 2, I feel like it has to be self. No. Number 2 definitely has to be what's the word? Having like a self purpose, having a goal, ambitions,
Okay.
just being self aware of yourself, because I don't want no one that's not. Which this goes you know what I'm saying, like obviously I watched episode 1 with you, with episode 1 of our first podcast with you. So, and if you haven't checked it out, I know I already said this, but go ahead and check it out. Link will be in the description. In that episode 1 of our podcast, our first podcast, we did talk about, you know what I'm saying, not trust, but just surrounding yourself around the right people. And you don't want to surround yourself around a girl, being your girlfriend and shit, and she's not helping you at all. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't want to have a girl that is dragging me down from this YouTube shit. I feel like that's gonna be the worst, especially if that's a girl like you really mess with her, but if she's not helping your YouTube at all, that's not worth it. That's really helping. That.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that's toxic, but that hurts a lot.
No,
That just
but
goes
yeah,
with
no.
anything.
Yeah, that goes with when earlier when we were talking about, like, a girl can motivate you or destroy you. Like, she can either
Exactly.
motivate
That's what I'm
you
saying.
to go for your
And
dreams
actually,
or
no,
destroy
the
that.
perfect example of that is people that All right, so people that, like, let's say a guy has a D1 offer, right? He only got one D1 offer to a great school like UCLA or something. Well, no, that wouldn't make sense. You got D1 offered be to a. Oh no, we're just saying you got a D1 offer, right? And your girl, she's doing all right in school, and she's about to go to community college, but she wants you to go to community college with her, right? Are you gonna turn down that D1 offer so you can go to community college with your girlfriend?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? The
Hell
answer
no.
should be no. And if that's really your girlfriend, she really
That's my
cares.
dream.
She really cares, then she'll be like, you know what? Go on without me. That's fine.
Yeah, she really cares. She's supporting it. She's not gonna talk about some damn.
Exactly.
Oh, that's some fake shit or some shit like that. No, she's gonna support you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I say for that. For number 2, I'm gonna do. I guess you can say just Well, what would I call that? Would I say like they're pushing me for my goals, whatever you wanna call it. I know there's a
Knows
word
their
for it.
purpose or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Motivated? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you could say
know what
motivated.
you mean, though.
Yeah. And so for number 3, I think the other word would be self-aware. So if there's like, but by self-aware, which I'm this third one, I can say I'm not 100%. The first and second, yeah, I know those are the 2. But the third one, I think self-aware is it for right now. That's what I'm gonna be looking for, because I want a girl where it's like, let's say there's a problem, right? And for example, which obviously this wouldn't really be a problem, but let's just say she gets her nails done, right? She gets them done too long. I don't like it. I want to be able to. An important thing is like being able to understand each other. So if I'm able to criticize her, not in a bad way, but be like, hey, I really don't like when you get your nails done that long. It hurts. It hurts my freaking tip of my schmuck whenever you're trying to give me a hand job. Can you you know what I'm saying, change that? You know what I'm saying? And if she's just not self-aware, so stuck up and like, no, my nails, I do what I want with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like that's gonna be so annoying to deal with. Maybe you can say self-aware or you can say understanding. Either one of those 2, I feel like them 2 go along. But nah, number 3, I actually can like that's just a temporary number 3. I know there's a number 3 that's supposed to be there. That I just feel it. I feel like that wasn't the one. So
Maybe
next
maybe
episode,
like,
episode 3, that's what you're gonna get. What were you about to say?
Like,
Maybe what?
maybe like willing to take advice, not advice, but like criticism. Like, that's important. You don't want a girl that you're gonna like criticize and she gonna be on some on some crying shit, talking about some, oh damn, I can't do nothing right. Like, that's gonna blow me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I don't really know if that's even what I want to do for my third. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to give that to y'all. But for those first two were like
Mm,
those were genuine. I know that's what I wanted, and that's someone that's honest, and then someone that's has ambitions and goals. And Delo, you never elaborated on yours. I feel like they were like you just rushed them. You just got them out. You
yeah.
just said what they were. So like, what's the reason
All
behind
right.
yours? I do want to know that.
All right. So trust, obviously, we understand that
Yeah.
trust. I think builds a good relationship. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I think trust. Hold on, let me put the shit on silent. All right.
All right.
I think trust builds a good relationship. Like, how do I say it? Like base. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to have a relationship without trust. That's just not it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah. And then you know me as a goofy person, you know, I like to make jokes. You know what I'm saying? And I can't be, around some niggas that just gonna be serious the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, I
some
feel
niggas
you.
around me. They're gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I feel that joke. You know? Yeah. Exactly. You know, they could
No,
get
and
my level
honestly,
of
no. I say
goofy.
you can say sense of same humor.
Since
Like
yeah,
y'all have the
that's what I
same
was
sense
gonna
of
say.
humor.
Yeah.
Like
Uh huh.
because the same sense of humor is like anything. You don't just have to be like goofy, my nigga. Like
Yeah.
anything that like y'all both can find like funny together. That's like really important too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sense of humor. So yeah, that's really important to me. And the last one, what was my last one?
No, it was your
Oh,
list.
Karen
Oh,
Love.
caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Well,
yeah, I like someone who's caring. Like it shows they're worried about more than just themselves. You know what I'm saying?
uh huh.
Like I don't want some girl that, and then even just not even just talking about that. Like if something's bothering me or something like that, and my girl obviously see that, I want her not to just be like, oh, what's wrong? What's this and that. Even though that could even just feel good, but like if she could like freaking, I don't know, bring me some water, just be like, I just hope
Water.
you're okay. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah.
It just feels good to know she cares. She wants to make sure I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Just be caring enough. I hear you on
Yeah.
that. Shit. What about
Yeah.
you? Green. We never asked you. Like I just feel like I was saying. I feel like everyone's shit was rushed. So what's your reason behind like saying your three, if you do remember? Which I just remember it was
I mean, obviously trust
loyalty, trust, and
because yeah, I kind of did. I think I did elaborate on mine. Because trust, of course, I just
yeah.
said trust is like involved in everything you do in life. I mean, you're not gonna be able to even like get like a. I mean, this is some bot activity in the first place, but my nigga, you're not gonna be able to get like a regular nigga job unless like your boss trusts you. For the simple fact that like you could screw over the company and like steal from the company and shit. Like trust is involved everywhere you look, my nigga. Like even if you wanna like I don't know, like I don't even know, like it's just hard to explain. It could literally be anything. Like you have to trust yourself to be able to get yourself up every morning, like and you have to trust yourself to stay motivated so that like you can end up like doing what you really want to do in life.
Is that really
Like you
trust
have to
though?
trust like I mean,
No, no,
yeah,
no, no, no. I
because
hear you on trust, but like you said, you gotta be able to trust yourself to wake up every morning and do what you want.
no, like
I
get motivated. Like you have to trust yourself to stay motivated.
I feel like that's just
Like think
more of
about
a
it.
sense of desire. Like how
I
bad
mean,
if you want something, you wake up in the morning and you know, I'm gonna go do this
I
today.
mean,
Being productive and shit.
but like
I know
if
what you
you
mean by
set
trust though.
like, all right, if you set a plan, like say like, cause with YouTube, cause we obviously do YouTube. Say that I tell myself that I'm gonna stream every night on YouTube at starting at 9. So I have to trust myself to like actually go through with it.
I just
Like
don't feel like no, I just don't feel like trust is the right word.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of words that can be like I have to stay motivated to be able to do it. I have to be
Yeah, that's like self desire. But now this is just sounding like this just sound like you versus what you want in a partner. Unless you're saying
oh
that's
no, like Alright, I was just like saying that trust is involved in everything. I wasn't
Yeah.
being
Oh,
specific
oh,
to
that's
like
what you meant. Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, I got you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But like trusting a partner, like that's simple. I was just trying to elaborate more
yeah.
than like just the topic. But yeah, like trusting a partner, my nigga, like I said this earlier and I'll say it again, like I have to be able to trust you to just like simply not like fuck me over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I have to trust you and not be able to stay on you 24/7 to know that you're not cheating on me. Like it's just simple things like that. And then I said loyalty, and I'll put loyalty above a lot of things most of the time because loyalty doesn't just simply mean that you're gonna not like cheat on me and break my heart type shit. Like loyalty is like you being there when I need you. Like no matter what happens in our relationship, you're always gonna have my back. That's loyalty. Like you're loyal to me. And then three, I said was personality, and we went on and on about this.
Yeah.
But
That's three.
just basically like you have to be able to like we have to be compatible. Like we have to pretty much we have to like kind of have the
Zodiac
same
signs.
mindset. Like no,
Yeah.
no, nothing like
Yeah,
that, nothing
energy.
like that.
Yeah, no, no, and
But
honestly,
like
yeah, you know what you're talking about. Kind of sounds like mine. You didn't get to hear my second one. I still haven't figured out the third thing. I said I'm gonna just give that for the next podcast, which what I'm saying, we're wrapping this one up now. But my second one was what was it? It was the Delo. What was it? It was like self
It
or
was
like how do I say it? Not self motive.
self-purpose,
Yes,
self-purpose.
self purpose. They have to be able to motivate me in the sense of like I don't want a girl that's like stopping me from my grind or whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big thing. Like we talked about in the first episode. Having a girl that or having just friends that what I'm saying are distracting you from your goal. That's gonna hurt you. I don't want the same shit with a girl. Like if I'm with my girl, I'm like, hey, sorry, I can't hang out with you today. I'm trying to stream. She needs to be able to accept that instead of being like, hey, I want you to hang out with me because now you're knocking off my grind because you wanna what want me to hang out with you or some shit. Nah, you just gotta be able to understand. You know what I'm saying? My goal, my
yeah, I
dreams.
definitely feel
I don't
where you're
want you to
coming
fuck me
from.
over with that.
Yeah, like you have to. It's kind of hard to explain. You just really have to be down. Like, and that's a lot of things. Like, you have to be down for like whatever I'm trying to do in my life. I want you to be like supportive. You feel me?
Mm. Yeah, but that was my number two. Number three hasn't come. I guess that'll come for podcast in episode number three. That shit will be coming soon.
I
Um,
mean, speaking of podcast three, my nigga, podcast two. Like, honestly, like since it is kind of coming to an end,
yeah,
like, how did you really think of this one compared to the first one?
shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, and I guess this is how we can really wrap it up. Wrap up the podcast, and we can also ask Delo this question too, because he listened to the first podcast too.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Um,
gonna ask him too.
this was a lot better. For multiple reasons. I mean, I just feel like we got a lot more done, and like I don't know, I just feel like we could definitely go for a lot more hours, or just in general for the streams, or not for the streams, but for the podcast. There's always just like I'm not gonna say there's something in the way, but there's like just little obstacles that happen. You know what I'm saying? That stop us from going for as long. But I mean, at the same time, it's for the better. There's no reason for us to go all out in a freaking 10-hour podcast or some shit. You know what I'm saying? We're just starting off small and slowly working our way through it, and I just feel like that's really this podcast was definitely a big dub. Hey, go ahead and put in the comment section also too what y'all think about this podcast. If y'all like it and when y'all want to see episode 3. But anyway, so Della, what do you think about this one compared to the last one?
So I think this one was great because if you think about it, this one just kept leading us into new questions. We talked about babies, we talked about YouTubers having babies. We just like switched over to different type of like we were still in the talk about girls and babies and all that, but we switched over to different concepts in that, and it was pretty good. Like, yeah, we were able to just talk about more than just that, and that's
I
just
can't
good.
be the only person that thought this, but I swear to God, I thought you said gay.
Nah, yeah,
Like, I
that's
Well,
don't know
literally
why.
just you. That was just you. I didn't hear it.
Bro, I
Or nothing.
swear I thought you
Let me
said
find
gay,
out
and
this
I was
nigga
listening.
green is sus, bro. Not on the
Nah,
podcast.
I
Nigga,
was
bro.
listening. I was like, wait, why do you think this is gay? I was like, we literally only talked about females, my nigga. Like, this has got to be the opposite of gay. And then you said good, and then I was like, oh shit.
Nah, that's
This nigga, bro.
But with that being said, man, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I was ending this podcast.
Hey, yeah.
Episode
Y'all
2.
go ahead and make sure y'all leave a like on the video. Comment really like your honest opinions. Like, we want honest feedback on all the podcasts, of course. Let us know that if you made it all the way to the end, if you're watching from right here, leave us a comment and say end of the video or something like that, just to acknowledge that you watched the whole podcast through.
Nah, say
Because these
AMY.
are like,
Say
say AMY, yeah.
yeah. Wait, no,
Or
AYM.
AYM,
AYM.
respect.
Damn. Yo, it's 5 in the
Type in the
morning right
comments
now, so
AYM if you made it to this far in the video, because honestly, y'all might not realize it yet, but these videos are for y'all, for the audience. Like, this is something for us too, because honestly, like, we do this like pretty much every night anyway, and we just kind of figure like, why not put it into something to where y'all can kind of learn from it too, because we learn from ourselves a lot as we
yeah.
conversate throughout the night. And like, now that we're like posting this like on this channel, like, y'all can watch and kind of just like experience and like open your mind or awaken your mind to topics
Oh!
that you really didn't think
You
about.
threw that word in there.
That shit
I
was
like
tough.
that.
Not
Yeah.
gonna lie, these nights, even before we start uploading my podcast, it should definitely help me grow and just like I'm a lot more open minded and accepting. And shit, that yo, shit for y'all, this is a whole new just a whole new perspective. Just to get a feel of how other people feel in this world, etc. That's it.
Oh yeah. But now that we're coming to an end, we would like to thank y'all so much for watching the podcast today. Hopefully episode 3 will come out soon. We don't know the topics yet, and we don't know if we will be having another guest on episode 3. And I want to thank Delo for being on the show today, being on the
Yes, sir.
podcast.
Appreciate that, Delo.
Thank you, thank you. This was a
It's
great
been your
time. I enjoyed
guys
it.
from Awaken Your Mind, back here with another podcast, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hey.